Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness. I almost said adjacent again, I'm not going to lie. As a, as a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our Zoom chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. You can always come back to the episode when you feel ready. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube, and you can skip over the parts that you don't particularly like. So I'd like to say a thank you to our sponsor, Michaela Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes.
Ooh.
They're little coffins, and they're open. You can put all your vampire dice in here. They're actually big enough that you can put the full 15 on the bottom, and you got space for a bunch of other stuff if you want to put it in there, a bunch of other dice if you want. Some of these level up dice. And speaking of our sponsors, Marla Games. Marla Games is a collective of tabletop veterans dedicated to producing quality content for multimedia like here on Twitch, to one-shots, modules, full-fledged game lines. They are also available for commission work and consultations to help you make your next tabletop project see completion. Investing in the World of Darkness fan community is just one approach Martlet Games is taking to find the nanites that escaped their lab. Have you seen them? This is sort of a big deal.
What? Still the technocracy? No.
Yeah, they got out last week.
That they're still looking for them. They lost them. And, they may be creating some kind of a robot thing. Who knows?
They are nanites, not necessarily easy.
Oh, hey, if we're going Stargate SG-1 here, I am all in.
So, returning the favor over on their Patreon or spreading the word of Flock far and wide ensures your place among the records of history. So, as you've noticed, right now, probably, we have some special guests. So we're going to introduce all of our vampire peoples, starting with our special guests. Let's start with Satine.
Hi, I'm Satine Phoenix. I'm a professional game master and the creator of Satine's Quest, luxury travel gaming adventure events, and the co-creator of the bardbook.com, Siren's Battle of the Bards, with my husband, Jameson Stone.
And who will you be playing this evening?
I will be playing Amanda Bolton. I don't know how much information you want me to give. Clan La Sombra.
And next up is, I don't even know where I'm pointing. I'm assuming this is the right direction. Cool. So I think it's down there. That'll be Jameson up next.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jameson Stone. I'm the creative director and CEO of Apotheosis Studios, who make awesome TTRPG products. Most recently is Siren's Battle of the Bards with Satine Phoenix. I'm also going to be a game master on Satine's Quest, so come check it out at satinesquest.com. I'm going to be playing a gang role, and super excited.
Let's see. I see the Zoom call right now. I don't see the overlay. So let's go with Sara.
Hi, my name is Sara. I'm going to be playing Jude, the Brawlin Tremere. And I'm definitely ready to finish this third quest for Cassius and to see what has happened to these people that we found after our second Inquisition adventure.
Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Abigail, your techie Tremere this evening. Pronouns for both of us are she, her. And looking forward to this.
If I remember correctly, next up would be Prince.
Hey everybody, I am Prince, aka Dimples and Dice around the interwebs. I am playing the Banu Hakim assassin and a part-time bounty hunter. A job that he does not necessarily care for, but it is very much in his wheelhouse. And he's looking forward to cutting up something, because last time he didn't really get to cut too much, and he was like sneaking around. There are people crawling on roofs, and it wasn't really his style.
I mean,
So,
it's
Benja's
kind of
quest seems like more of his steez. Like that's what he's looking forward to tonight.
it's kind of a Banu Hakim thing, right? To be sneaking around and
Not
stabbing
this
stuff.
one. Not
Okay.
this one.
It's more Banu Hakim adjacent. And next up is Mike.
Mike, he, him, playing Mordecai, the corridor, he, him. And I'm just happy to be out of the building.
That's entirely fair. Next up is Astrid.
Yes, hi, I am Astridine, diviner_Astrid on Twitter. She, her, they, them. She, her for Margaret. She's been around for a while. She just has been focusing on other things rather than gender identity and stuff like that to go down that whole CBC fun path. Yeah, she is the Demisi who is the crystal shop owner here in town because she is absolutely enamored with gifts of the earth.
And last but certainly not least is Cliff.
Good afternoon, Cliff here, playing the used to be quiet, friendly neighborhood tailor Duran Giovanni, but apparently now will be making his suits out of leather and denim and wearing cowboy hats, which he is really. I'd like to go back to the tailor shop, please, where I don't have to shoot anyone. But if they threaten the coterie, I gotta do what I gotta do and put bullets into people. So
Kevlar
yeah,
earplugs. Kevlar earplugs.
And I'm Storyteller Steve. So let's do a quick recap as to what happened in the last episode. The last episode involved the second part of the coterie, which I believe are now referred to as the Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club. T-shirts are over there in the chat. So they were figuring out what to do with the Second Inquisition. They infiltrated the facility. They made it down to the third level, and in the third level, they discovered a kindred that was being tortured with electricity by the Second Inquisition. They rescued that particular kindred, and that kindred is Samson. And Samson noped out of there pretty quick because there's no point in staying when the place is about to explode. So the place, everyone kind of made it out of there without too much trouble. Mordecai kind of fireman's carried a couple people, and they escaped. And then a number of nights later, once everyone is going to Xenoschism, the occult shop that is owned by Margaret Strickland, they discover outside of that particular shop, there is two individuals, one of which they recognize, the other they do not. It is the first time meeting this particular individual, and that is where we're going to open up this particular scene. So, and I think I froze. There we go. I'm better now. How is everyone approaching these particular individuals?
Well, speaking of first times, this is the first time this has come up, surprisingly, given how many episodes we've done. But with the, cartilage armor and the blade weapons that I did, do I have to do a heal rouse for it? Like, Companion doesn't really specify?
No. I'll leave that out for now because it's like it's a messy kind of. It's kind of like a gangrel metamorphosis, really, where it's like you spend the rouse check and then you kind of readjust your body in certain ways. It's basically all protein now, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. Well, Jude might be one of the first that's like getting to the shop that night because of the proximity of her Chinatown apartment. So Jude's in her summer best, face full of makeup, hair high, closer to Kane. And
is that the direction that the Kane is in, really?
I don't know. It depends. Consult the Book of Nod. So Jude walking up upon seeing Samson, like her eyes go wide. Holy fuck, you're that guy from you made it out.
Of course I did. We had to escape. I thank you again for saving me. The things that they did to me in there, the scars.
Listen, I get you. Okay, let's just say that. I get you. And I'm very sorry that that happened to you. I'm very well, wait a minute. What what do you what I why what are you doing here?
Well, after I heard what had happened, I needed to tell the rest of my brethren what had occurred. This is Amanda. She speaks for us.
Oh yeah, excuse me. And Jude will give this sort of weird half bow. Uh hello. Amanda, I'm Jude. I'm Jude Duncan. It's nice to meet you. Were you in there too?
Oh,
In the
no.
Second Inquisition? No. Okay.
No. I'm here for something else, and I'm very grateful to you all for helping out Samson here. But you're all kind of badass, and I need your help. If
Wow,
you're
that's
not
the first
doing
time
anything, of course.
that's the first time we've gotten a real compliment, like to our faces that wasn't passive aggressive in some way. This is already this night. I feel like I'm winning.
Oh no, I definitely would not say it just to like, no, I'm definitely saying it because I really believe it. And so you look at her and she's basically, she has her hair like mine, but she's also wearing a cap that has a brand that says La 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 Peach, and has wearing a matching yoga outfit that also has, it's all black and kind of zips up. It looks really expensive, and it's like Gucci shoes and also like the jacket is also like Prada, and it's just really just an amalgamation of all these really high-end brand names, all in black with like gold trim, and she just kind of she smells like she has a lot of money.
Oh yeah, smell rich for sure. So Jude will sort of take in this impeccable aesthetic, and she'll kind of look away for a second. You gotta meet Duran. He is gonna go nuts when he sees your fit right now. So yeah, he's gonna come in here, and he's gonna also look really cool. Like he's a tailor. So okay, I'm sorry. So I don't want to speak for the rest of the coterie. They're getting here, and then Margaret's inside the shop. She's in my coterie as well. I think I want to help you. So
fantastic.
I can convince everybody. Don't worry. They like really respect my opinion and just like love me, so it's fine.
Usually you don't say that. If they do, but I'll believe you. And time is of the essence. So
yeah,
if you can
completely.
gather everybody together ASAP, that'd be greatly appreciated.
We need your help. The fact that you were able to save me, I believe that you'll be able to assist us.
Yeah, we can do it. We kick ass, like you said. We're badass. We can do this. So who's arriving next?
I would say
Ja.
Ja would probably be, not too far behind Jude, because when he doesn't have to work, he gets there early, but he just sits on the roof and he's watching this whole interaction. And then Jude, you just get a text message that says, Jude, you're talking too much.
Oh, okay. Well, one of my other coterie friends is here, so but yeah, so we're just gonna gather the group and then we're gonna get on it.
And then another message comes there to the full group, and it's just like, there's strangers outside. The one guy that we saved.
And then I'm just saying it's cool, like purple heart emojis.
There has to be one person in the coterie that doesn't trust anybody.
All right. So Margaret's in the shop, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's next?
Next would probably be Duran or Abigail.
Duran probably. Duran's probably closer.
I'm not coming direct. I'm doing something, so I'll be towards the end. Thank you.
All right.
Now that a text has come out to say there are strangers at Xenoschism, it's like See. So I'll be there in a moment.
Abigail? And you're muted.
Abigail is going to be riding up on her bike because, you know, environmentally friendly vampires and all that. So she's going to ride up on her bike, but there's probably going to be one of the drop-off places for the bike nearby. So she's going to drop it off. Yeah, and then she's going to turn on heightened senses. If we need to do a first roll for the night, I might as well. So
Checks.
Wits and awareness.
Yep.
Plus
I thought we
2
were gonna
dice.
get those rouse checks first.
Yeah. I'll let the rouse checks go this time. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's
Lucky
at one
us.
hunger. I'm not planning on you guys being in a massive battle situation later on, am I?
No.
Stop.
Just 2
I
successes.
better stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, how many, Joe?
Just 2 successes. I'm just basically looking out for any La Sombra that are hidden in the shadows. And
This one ain't hidden in the shadows.
Yeah. And any Nosferatu as well, because they seem to like hanging around Margaret's shop.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any.
Okay, excellent. Then
Because you got 2 successes.
All right. Well, I mean, that's fair.
Looks clear.
Okay, so Abigail is, in that case, going to walk up and turn around to Jude and say, Jude, who are these people?
Oh, yeah. Abigail, this is Samson. I mean, you might recognize him.
Oh, you're that gentleman from this SI complex. Oh, I'm glad you made it out.
I cannot stress again. Thank you so much.
Well, I didn't do much, but I'm glad you made it out. That place was horrible.
There are no words to describe.
And,
Yeah.
Madame, you are?
Oh, my name is Amanda Bolton. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the leader of our coterie. I'm here to discuss a very urgent matter with you all. And she kind of is like, you see, she's very composed, but you see that she's like, her hand is by her side, just kind of a little bit annoyed, just kind of being very patient.
Well, I mean, if there's anything that we can do to help, we will. I think the rest of the coterie is on their way. Are they not, Jude?
Yeah, John's here. You know, he's just not appearing. Margaret's inside, and then we're waiting for Duran and Mordecai.
All right. Well, do you want to come inside the shop and take a look around?
Oh, that'd be good. Thank you.
And that'll be a little bit more quiet and possibly a better place to talk.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
All right, so Abigail is going to, along with Jude, lead them into the shop and send a text message to Jaw, basically saying, if you want to come down now, because I know you're somewhere, send.
Job.
I'll wait for the others to arrive.
All right. So you go into Xeno's schism. So I'm going to let Margaret deal with the explanation of what you see inside.
Xenoschism, it's kind of small, but she's found ways to make use of pretty much every bit of wall space. There's a place to where you can kind of pull things out and look at posters. It's done in those old school dresser looking things that used to hold artwork. There's just numerous things like that around a whole, just basically anything that you can think that you can find at, in a cult shop. The first half, it's kind of, your catch-all basic stuff. And then once you start to go to the back, like right in the middle of that section of the 2 predominant rooms, it's just like a quaint little area you can sit, look over some books, maybe just sit and meditate on a crystal, decide if that's the one you're meant to purchase. And then when you go back around the room, that's where you see more of the larger crystals like Spirit 7, cactus quartz as big as my face, things like that. There's, kind of like a traditional kind of jewelry area set up, just really fine things of various different styles, different materials of the knot. There's high-end ropes, things of that knot as well.
I'm definitely touching things and window shopping as we're walking through.
And as Amanda moves about, you can see Samson, his muscles start to kind of like twitch occasionally. You can see he's looking around. His hands will sometimes come up as though he's just very on edge. And as Amanda moves in, Samson will kind of always be shadowing her, either in her blind spot or right in her 6, trying to just keeping her safe, just allowing her to do her thing.
Mordecai would arrive.
Well, no one gets to see how. So when I do arrive, oh, you were frozen for a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, I was frozen for a bit.
Walk into Xenoschism, looking around, possibly for Jaw. I'm not sure if I would actually see him or not. Same standard thing. Use the cane, block the bell, opens the door silently, looks around for Jaw. See everyone else sort of wandering through. Peggy.
Okay, so behind the jewelry counter, there's like one door, and then kind of like opposite, there's 2 others for like Decay, tarot, things like that. And from one of those, the door's just cracked open, and you hear, "How many times did I gotta tell you not to fucking call me that no more?" And she steps out, just kind of like flicking her hair, and she's just like, "Oh, okay, I do apologize. You understand how things can be between siblings sometimes. Welcome. It is so good to see you back to, I hope, your regular self, sir."
I believe she's addressing Jameson.
Samson,
correct. Yes, I'm. It's hard to reacclimate being out after what I endured. I'm doing my best to relax. Thank you. We have a pressing matter, and we'd very much like your help.
Shocking.
I believe, and she looks around. Mr. Duran is one of the ones that needs to show up still. And I'll just go and, just stand outside the door and make sure that, he gets here, okay? Things with that, not. And from behind the counter, you see a woman that's very classic, like late 90s goth, the blonde, really straight hair. She looks like that. She has like little baby fangs and stuff like that. The mesh top, big belt buckle, probably a pirate skull tonight. So yeah, she's just like, yeah, sure. And she'll just go stand by the door.
She's stand outside.
Yeah.
Okay, and in the interest of it's probably been about long enough. Fiat will roll up, stop, park right in front of Xenoschism. Get out, stroll in. Buonasera.
Right behind Duran.
Yeah.
Just literally just drops down behind Duran and just walks in behind him. Hello, Mr. Giovanni.
Signor Keto, it's good to see you. And how is everyone in the Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club tonight? We have new members. Have they read the books?
You didn't assign any books, Mr. Duran.
That is the problem with our book club. We never assign books. We apparently go out and annoy other peoples instead.
Speaking
of, really need to read books.
What obnoxious piece of the kitsch does Cassius want us to get now?
I don't know. I feel like he's probably good, but Duran, I would really like for everyone to talk about helping them because they need help. So
I must say,
they do not need help the way that they are dressed. Look at them. They are put together so well. She is put together beautifully. He can easily look at the work. Yes.
Thank you again.
Very much.
Your valiant efforts. I've told Amanda what you've done for me, and we hope that you can assist us again. I don't want to put you out, but we are in grave need.
I highly respect your coterie, and I believe that we can work together. You see, my child has been kidnapped, hopefully not staked, by the anarchs in Surrey. His name is Michael Howcroft, and we need to get him as soon as possible. Would you help us?
Send it for us.
She looks around.
Name Lord.
Money? What do you want?
Money's good.
Oh. And she just kind of looks around like, oh, well, good. Fantastic. Is there anything that you need in order for this to be a success? Upgraded weapons, new, and she kind of motions to clothing.
Well, Miss Amanda, what is the... Oh, do you know anything about the facility where or the place where your child is being held?
Who are we dealing with and how many?
And then I tap the storyteller for information.
Right?
You would, in fact, know. After your childer and your coterie mate were kidnapped, you kind of found where they were located, and it's a warehouse that you have the address to, that is located kind of in the warehouse district of Surrey, but there are at least 4 to 5 kindred that you've seen coming in and out, so you know that you and Samson wouldn't have been able to do it alone, so you need the help of these guys.
Samson's trying to stretch back and offer a compelling reward for this valiant party and their assistance. What things storyteller would
can we offer?
Yeah, can we offer these valiant adventurers?
You would have probably access to a bunch of weaponry.
I have an armory.
Amanda's yacht. And Amanda is basically kind of independently wealthy, so she would have like a fair chunk of monetary resources that, if needed.
I can wire it to you half up front and half upon rescue.
I mean, Duran, now I don't have to use your gun anymore. I can get my own gun. See? That's good. But I mean, we're gonna help him, right?
I don't see why
not.
Where's
the rest of your coterie?
Or are we fighting?
Fighting anarchs.
Yeah.
But where's the rest of the coterie?
That is a fantastic question.
That is the rest of the coterie.
Oh.
That is the rest of the coterie.
There's only 3 members of this particular coterie.
Okay.
Got it.
The rest
we haven't lost any other ones.
Slain valiantly in combat, and hence we are in grave need of assistance.
All right. Well, I don't see any reason why not. But we should probably move quickly because Surrey is a ways away, so we want to make sure that we get in there, get out before sunup. What do you all think?
Yeah, well, this is a great opportunity. We got to do this.
I can take you to my armory first. We can get you suited up. I can, on the way, I can wire you money, and yeah, that would be fantastic.
To the party limo.
And Durant, this is all way better than usual.
I knew I was going to need a party limo tonight.
See,
I turn on my heel, walk out the door.
Your coterie, are you passing through or looking to settle in Vancouver?
She kind of looks around and says, well, I am quite fond of this place. I guess time will tell.
Samson, come! You got to see this.
Samson will want to move forward, but will still linger back and follow Amanda.
So we deal a lot in crustacean in this group. See, Abigail?
Mr. Giovanni, what is it that you're looking for? Because I think you've done a lot of deals in the past little while, and perhaps we should just take this one as is.
Do it pro bono.
No. Okay.
For money, which I do not need, nor does Mr. Strickland. So
Okay,
we will be
I
doing
need
it-
money.
See, I understand.
I need weapons though.
You could. There are
No,
those
I
of us
could
with
use.
money, and you could always ask. So
pool.
again,
I have a
Senora
pool.
Abigail, the coterie, some will do it for money, and the rest of us will do it pro bono. Is what you are asking.
I look at Duran and I say, you'll have my respect and assistance in the future. And she looks at Duran like she thinks he knows what she means.
Michael
Now we are
Helcroft,
talking.
upon his rescue, he also will be incredibly grateful. And to be owed a boon and a favor by he, now that is something valuable indeed. You may
See,
have
So we're
money,
going or
but
what?
this is something that you could leverage.
I
See,
heard
You
a
rescue
boom.
him.
See, and that is where I was going.
I heard a boom.
See,
Turn on the music in the car.
My God, Mordecai. Just 1 second.
Are we going or what?
Does he even know where to go? And then I
he has,
text
he has
Jade
no idea.
a spot to meet us at. I'll escort you from this spot, and I coordinates.
And Jude's gonna go bounding out of the store, and I probably get in the party limo.
Yeah, you run into a wall of sound when you walk out of the door.
Turn it down.
Aw, dang.
Carry away the pants though. Hop in the pool.
We're gonna try to slip out as fast as possible to meet them at this place, and I would like a Ducati, and Samson can ride on the back of it.
See, out to the Fiat.
All right, so you're making your way.
God jumps in the Fiat with Duran.
Yeah, same.
Oh, jaw.
You're gonna ride in the back seat, Margaret?
Yeah, she doesn't want to be in the freaking party limo with her brother. You know how much that shit annoys her?
Fair.
Well, I'm in
think
the
about
party
that.
limo.
That's
We're
true.
gonna. What about Abigail?
Abigail doesn't seem to have a choice. I think the Fiat is full, so
Will not
Abigail's
have-
gonna go in the party limo.
There
Yes,
isn't
and when
more
Abigail's
space
like
left.
getting in, I'm like,
Well, you never embrace
Yeah.
the class clown.
Abigail changes the music immediately upon entering the limo. She doesn't even use like any technomancy skills. She just changes the station to something else. Anything else.
Yeah, it switches from the Jock Jams party mix to Cotton Eye Joe,
Jock
which I believe
Jams.
is also on Jock Jams party mix.
Cotton Eye
Yeah,
Joe.
Abigail changes it to something a little
Steve, you're
bit
the worst.
more.
You're the worst.
Okay. In the Fiat, as we take off, Duran says, Bluetooth, call Senor Hessman, please.
Calling
there's-
Senor Hessman.
There's a ringing. It's picked up. Senor Hessman, it's Senor Duran Giovanni. I will be missing the festivities tonight. I am very, very sorry. Yes, please, if you would drink one for me. Yes, we will remember Herbert Tarlick Jr. May Frank Bonner rest in peace. Thank you. Yes. No, I have no questions for the spirit. Okay, I do want to. I have questions, sartorial questions, but I need to be there. No, I have a job to do. Ciao.
And that conversation kind of shuts down with everyone else in the Fiat actually somewhat being a party to that.
Yes.
Yeah, Jao would just tell Duran, if this goes tits up, I'm killing everyone. I'm just letting you know.
See?
Okay.
And that is what I would expect of you.
So you all make your way over to Amanda's armory with either the sounds of the Eurovision that is going on in the Fiat or the sounds of Jock Jams 2, I believe we came to the conclusion of that.
Multi-CD changer.
Yeah, it's probably just the multi-CD changer. So you go, there's a it's kind of along the way to Surrey. It's kind of East Vanish. So there's like a kind of small warehouse that would have the armory of Amanda in it. It would she would walk out. She would have like a pass card, be able to swipe it, and enter in a couple of numbers and a code, and then the door opens, and inside, after you go through kind of a little kind of bench area, kind of like a workshop area that is essentially the front of what she has hidden, you would go into kind of another door that she would swipe another card and then hit another button.
Can I explain what it looks like in here?
Sure, go ahead.
So it's just, it opens the door and it's a chandelier, but it's like one of those swirly, all like white glass, blown glass chandeliers. And it looks like a jewelry store in here with like glass counters, except for it's all weapons. And every single weapon is branded Amanda Bolton in gold. Yeah, so it's just like all black guns and knives and daggers and even like swords and rope. Even the rope, like on the ends of it, it's branded Amanda Bolton on it. Yeah, it's just a beautiful jewelry shop of weapons.
A jewelry shop of weapons.
And Jude looks like she's about to break into a Disney song, just eyeing everything in the cows, and she goes up to Jaw and sort of almost reaches out and grabs his arm but doesn't, and goes and says, "Come on, you gotta admit this is really cool."
Jaw is trying his hardest not to smile as he looks at all these swords and daggers. He's like,
okay. Try not to. You know you want to. I would please like one shotgun.
That's easy enough to find.
Please, as you will. And I kind of just point to everybody, and it's kind of like a please take what you need in order to get this done.
Samson will go behind one of the counters. He'll kind of lovingly slide the glass. He'll check it, check the chamber. It's going to be empty. Open it up and then present it to you.
And Jude is just like, thank you. Oh, cool. Is there any specific things I need to know about the shotgun?
Well, you take the end where the bullets come out and you face that towards your target. He's then going to go underneath, and Game Master, I'm not sure what type of ammunition you all use or is approved for this game, but he'll take out several different types of ammunition, from buckshot to solid slug, and
there's also like a little red canister that would have dragon's breath rounds.
Fantastic. I was hoping. So he'll take those and he'll slide these forward and say, I would highly encourage you to take these. Use them sparingly, but here's a box.
Deliver 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Yeah, no, this is a really good idea. I'm super excited to use this. And I'll ignore that you roasted me there for a second, but it's natural. As soon as anyone steps into our coterie's vicinity, I get roasted or I fall down. So everything in its natural order today. Great.
So you'll see that Samson's been really on edge, but you'll get a smile, and he'll give you an encouraging look, and so you'll tell that it's all in good fun.
Okay.
He'll then look to anyone else and kind of motion to see if they want anything.
Guys are already up. Katana in hand. He's like, this. Definitely this.
Margaret, she's like, initially she was impressed with the area. But she's just kind of looking at the weapons, just kind of like, I could make these things on my own at will. But I can't recall the name of it, but there were these things that are like brass knuckles, but there's like little individual daggers that come up from the palm where the fingers meet the hand, and it's like a tiger claw.
Oh, and I go to the back of one of them and I pull out this tray. It's like black velvet tray. And you see that they have diamonds on them and they're gold, and one is all gold with diamonds, and like other ones has like an assortment of them, and then other ones it's just like encased like this, just encased in shine, and also brass knuckles, the claws, some of the I can't remember what they're called, but they come out the side like this. Just like, and they all say on the inside, Amanda Bolton.
He's going to find, like one that she kind of described, like of all of those ones that are there, like the one with like, like the most expensive gemstones, the diamonds. She has feelings about diamonds. So she'll try to avoid the ones with like the most diamonds and stuff. And then the other one, she'll kind of look for like a brass knuckle to where it has like a trigger pin on the side. It's just like a nasty blade. Jeweled out to the extremes, of course.
Yeah, you're easily able to find something like that.
Equal parts deadly and ostentatious. I love it.
See,
Yeah, that's kind of your whole brand, Mordecai. I mean, this is
It's
like you're in
a
heaven right now,
Strickland
bro.
family
I have
thing.
met one of my own.
For sure. For sure.
My compliments to the designer and the marketing team.
Oh, thank you. It's all me. I'm very
It didn't go
particular.
completely brand though. That was bold of you.
Well,
but why not?
Yeah.
Lean into it. Excellent.
Did you happen to brand up an Aitchison assault shotgun fully automatic?
Coincidentally enough.
Did you happen?
Coincidentally enough, yes.
Do you want it in black or gold?
Well,
in a choice, but black would be fine. See.
The gold one. Jude's like hearing part of this conversation. The gold one.
Samson will say, hold on a second. And he goes to turn and then looks back around and he sees Amanda and he eyes everyone. And you can tell that it's hard for him to leave, but he does, and he goes back. You can hear some rummaging, and then he comes back out and kind of hefts it. And the full auto is definitely something that impresses even him as a gangrel who does not typically use a weapon such as this. And he lays it out and bestows it upon you.
This is marvelous. These were used to clear jungle in Vietnam. Oh, if we had had these in World War II. And you would not happen to have another box of Dragon's Breath, would you?
We do.
Oh, see. A little mix of that and some solid slug and a touch of bird shot, and nothing stands up.
You're a fine connoisseur, I can tell. I thank you for accepting our request to help us. We're in grave need.
It is good to work with people who that have this kind of taste. Do you happen to have grenades?
Game master, would you allow us to?
Storyteller.
So I take it we're going in loud.
Well, when has our coterie ever been stealthy, Jaw?
There would be a few Amanda Bolton grenades.
Amanda Bolton branded grenades in beautiful colors, studded with gems, which are just going to shred people.
Yes.
Are they? Would you like them to be on a bandolier?
If you want, yeah.
A studded bandolier.
Oh my God, this is the best night ever.
Black leather with gold stitching.
Embroidering.
Right.
Yeah.
And
this is for the masculine,
But the entire grenade is black, except the pin is a metallic gold, and so
it is matte.
Matte black with a gold shiny pin.
Ah, that's good.
This is our minimalism line.
That's where Josh says, okay, I will take one of those. I'll take one of those.
See,
Storytelling
those would be good. Grazie. This is wow.
Prego.
I am without words.
It's hard to do that. He talks a lot, almost as much as me.
Would there be any lightweight swords that are sharp enough to do a lot of damage? Yes? Oh,
Yes.
perfect.
Would you prefer a curved or a straight blade? Two-handed or one-handed?
I think one-handed, probably, and probably straight. I think that would be best.
Piercing or slashing? Would you prefer a rapier or...
Oh my gosh, so many choices.
We open up
Mordecai,
this, like, it's a
Mordecai, you never gave
sliding-
me this many choices.
It's like a sliding cabinet, and they're
We
all
did
like
that.
elegantly placed in there.
Oh. And Abigail just points to one of them. I'll take that one. And it's a straight one with basically whatever you would like to describe. I'm gonna let it be your choice. You know, something lightweight and sharp, doing some slashing damage.
Balance, good balance. That's a good sword.
Like a rapier.
Yeah, I'd go one-handed rapier with a nice elegant pommel.
And then it's just one big gem on the back, but it's pointy enough that you can like,
Right.
use it to.
Yeah, pommel head. Yeah.
Useful. Yes.
Do you
And it's
also
black.
have a
Storyteller
room full
note
of- Go
That
ahead.
also has Amanda Bolton on it.
Right.
Oh yes,
But of course.
absolutely.
And the Amanda Bolton is etched inside of the glass
Oh,
of,
yeah.
of the pommel. So if you hold it up to the light, you can see Amanda Bolton in 3D.
Oh, this is
Amanda
lovely.
Oh, we have a brand new laser etcher, so it's very
Oh,
cool.
lovely. I'd like to get you something like that. Interesting. We'll talk later.
I'll get it for you for Christmas.
No,
Go for it.
I am curious. I know that, research and things can be a little bit complicated, but do you perhaps have any sort of, let us call it potions, that I can lather on these wonderful pieces that might be able to affect the likes of us?
People don't usually ask for that.
That you don't
Okay.
actually have.
So therefore I do not have such things.
Oh, I knew it was a
But that's a
shot.
very good question. We should do that.
You can see Samson writes a note down and slips it into one of the drawers.
I know of a doctor down stateside I might be able to connect you to. Been playing around with things of this nature a little bit. You could always use some supporters.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, we all got our stuff.
Mordecai.
Oh yeah. What does
Hmm?
he want?
Are you
Oh.
perusing the goods?
Oh yes, I was sort of just like running my fingers along everything. It's just sort of it's almost Mordecai's almost in a world of his own. That when he gets to the blades, he's almost sort of fixated on them, and he's out. He's not paying attention to everybody else and their bartering and their everything else. He sort of just picks up a blade and just runs it through the air. An assault rifle.
Ah.
I would like, I don't want to butcher the name, Heckler and Klosch. The
She.
D36. I would like the attached grenade launcher. I would like smoke grenades. We're going in hot. We're going in as best we can to eliminate their capacity to retaliate. We need to cut them down. We need to cut them down fast.
Fantastic. Would
Want
you
them
like
all
to have
dead.
an attached laser pointer as well?
Thrill me.
Fantastic. Samson will once again kind of go back. He'll rummage. You'll hear some kind of clicking as he's kind of under the shelf and he's attaching your grenade launcher attachment. He'll come up. He'll place it on the glass and then slide it forward towards you. And then there'll be another a box of shells. He'll then look around for kind of a side, like a saddle side bag for you to actually put the cartridges in, and then hand them as well.
Or stuffy fellow who's walking around with a snake cane. He picks up, handles the weapon, shoulders the strap, shoulders the pouch, checks the chamber, does everything as a meticulous, trained
Soldier.
experienced soldier. Let's go.
I put these goggles on. I kind of check them, and then I kind of put them up on my head. I grab these, kind of like Margaret did. These, it's almost like it has a ring hole like here, but then a handle, and then it comes out the back, bladed out. And I'm doing this, like I'm kind of practicing with them, and then I stand there waiting for Samson to dress me in the things that I will need for this. I'm kind of just like waiting as if this is something that we do.
Actually, I should ask, do you have any Kevlar? Any sort of armor that we can wear? At least something, a little bit of protection.
Wearing your shirt?
We have the rip stuff, the cut stuff.
Oh, you still have that in the Fiat?
See,
Perfect.
they live in the back of the Fiat.
Oh,
Ja's
perfect.
always wearing his.
Except for his.
I don't think Ja's actually giving it back.
Ja's like,
taking it off.
as soon as you say we're on a mission, Ja's like, okay, backpack open. Now he's dressed like Archer. He's got his sword on his back, long turtleneck, all black everything, ready to go on a mission. Takes it seriously.
I wasn't going to ask, but it's always been a dream of mine to own a flamethrower. Y'all got one of those on hand?
No.
Margaret?
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
Come on, yeah.
Margaret,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Kindred.
Why would you want a flamethrower when we're around? Margaret, come on.
Coincidentally enough, that is the second thing that Amanda Bolton does not have in this particular location.
For good reason.
Try though.
Margaret, you
Try.
know I love you, but no flamethrowers, please, Margaret.
See, one shot and everyone goes into a fire frenzy.
If
Have you
y'all are
seen-
behind me, at the same time, the more I expose y'all to it, the more practice it is. Don't you all want to fortify your mental abilities? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing as a coterie? And lifting each other?
Let's
No
go
one give
fortify
away
yourself
that.
against the sun. See what happens.
At least I
Let's
can
go.
control a flamethrower. I can't control the damn sun.
Exposure therapy with flamethrowers. Now I've literally heard everything. So,
Oh, session's not over yet.
oh, it's not.
ST.
Time.
Buckle up, baby.
Samson is now going to flip a switch, and another kind of window opens up. It had at one point knives, and now you can see some body armor. This is incredibly tailored and ornate. It's a little ostentatious, but isn't everything here. He's going to. He already knows Amanda's size perfectly. He pulls the appropriate and says, "Milady," and hefts it up for her so she can don it. He's then going to zip her up, make sure it fits snug, straps the sides. He's then going to kind of whisper in her ear and ask if she wants any additional blades slipped in the back or anything. So he's going to take some blades, slip them in the back of the armor. He's then going to hold up a bandolier of hand grenades, then strap that to the side. You can tell he's taking.
This one's my special, personal one.
You can tell he's taking great care. After he's taken care of her, he's then going to don his own. He's going to take the bandolier of hand grenades. You kind of tell he's thinking. He then looks over. And he kind of reluctantly goes and takes a shotgun and then puts it across his own back, and then asks, "Milady, would you like any additional weaponry and anything else?
I should probably get some pistols and a lot of ammo.
Would you like to have the black or the gold tonight?"
The gold.
The gold, of course. He pulls
That's why
open
not.
the gold, has a hip holster, puts it around her hips, and puts both of the pistols in, and then kind of reverently bows. He's ready.
Just for storyteller note, which pistols are we going with this evening? Ones with clips or ones with like kind of a barrel?
Clips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
She'll go
absolutely.
dual Desert Eagle with as
Pistols, not revolvers.
Pistols,
Yeah.
not, yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Revolvers.
Yeah, and I have like quick quick loads on me too. So I lose them, clip, and then just reload them fast.
Light cans are gonna get fucked up tonight.
Yeah, in our Zoom chat, somebody actually just put, "This is Underworld and Vampire the Masquerade." I love
Yeah, Samson holds up the UV bullets, kind of.
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh, perfect.
And then Margaret gets offended. What? I wasn't allowed to have a flamethrower, but you got UV bullets.
Jude is watching this routine in like rapt attention from like the other side of the room, and she's just kind of talking to herself. She's like, this is like the secret garden before her parents die, and she has all the servants that come and dress her in the morning, and it's in the desert, but she still wears these really pretty dresses, and like they're just like lacing her up. Wow, that's so cool.
And
right, Duran?
Mordecai's walking by, assembling everything else, double checking, checking out this thing, and he's walking by, and as she's saying that, he's like, "I'm not doing that for you." Finds it out.
I'm just
one time.
I'm just wondering if it's Kevlar and shock plates or carbon nanotube.
Oh, nanotube, sir. Nanotube.
That is a very, very heavy use of carbon. I am impressed very much.
From what Duran can see, the way those particular outfits are put together is absolutely exquisite. Like whoever sewed these knew exactly what they were doing. Not a stitch is wasted.
There's like gentle classical music playing too. There's like some Italian opera singer.
Tell me the crafter. Tell me the crafter was Italian, not French.
Course.
Naturally, of course.
Bene.
I was just practicing with a katana. It's been a while since I had one of these. So he's just like,
I want to know what you all have against Chanel, but that's a conversation for another night.
She's like, another night. Absolutely.
See. So
see, I share a birthday with her.
So it's warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. The big doors out front, side doors, back doors. What kind of doors, windows are we looking at?
It's a traditional kind of like shipping warehouse where there would be kind of the large main doors at the front of the building, and then along the side there's like the loading docks where you would park like transports and that sort of thing. It's actually fairly close to the water, so there's access to like the inlet where you can they would actually be able to load stuff. There's approximately 4 to 5 kindred that Amanda would know of that are moving about the area that they have been able to see.
Plans.
Grazie. This is good information, and I must say the way your voice drops when you provide it is just fascinating.
The talent I wield on occasion.
Storyteller, does this warehouse, is it newish? And I'm actually asking this to Amanda. I'm asking, is it a newer building or is it one of the older ones in the old district?
It's one of the older ones.
Okay.
Any chance we can get a schematic?
Actually, that's a good question. Maybe I can get some blueprints from City Hall. Let's see. May I, Storyteller?
You may. You know the role. Intelligence and technology.
And as this is going on, Jude is gonna like look at Mordecai after he made that comment. We gotta talk later because like you're acting weird around me and I don't know why. So we gotta talk. I'm not gonna forget. So you gotta remind me after this is all over and
I'm not gonna forget. So you gotta remind me. Sorry.
Are you? Is Mordecai just laughing?
Yes.
Okay.
I used up a willpower to go crit fishing, and I've got 6 successes. Because why not?
Spending
Let's use all
willpower
my
already.
willpower,
We're not
yeah.
close to the end of the session. I mean, come on, can't use it all up now. 6 successes. Yeah, it's easy enough with the address Amanda provided. You open up the laptop, set up the hotspot. Everybody basically sees Abigail's fingers fly over the keyboard. She set it up on one of the glass desks, and a few minutes later, basically like pops up with the schematics for the warehouse, the blueprints.
All right. So it seems that I have the blueprints for this particular building that we're going into. How can I share it with everybody? Do you want me to do a file share with all of you? Is this something that we can do? Okay. And so Abigail sets this up, and is it fair to say that Amanda wouldn't be doing this given her particular clan?
That's pretty fair.
Okay.
With the La Sombra inability to use technology, this would probably go to Samson's phone.
Okay. So, yada, yada, yada. File share made, and I've shared it with everybody so that everybody can look at it on their devices. So, yes, what do we think of this?
I think you just yada, 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 hacking into City Hall and file sharing the information.
I mean,
It's a great night. Everyone's rocking on 10.
We're probably going to blow this place up and set it on fire. But if we want to go through a vent first, sure, why not?
It is my thought we go in quiet and we just have all the firepower if we need it, because there is a hostage inside who we do not wish to harm.
We don't know where he is.
The point is to, what was his name?
His name is Michael Howcroft.
Senor Howcroft is to come out alive with all of us.
Absolutely.
So, going in and throwing grenades willy-nilly.
Come on, we're not going to do that.
That's to leave behind us on the way out.
No, we go
two swords.
See,
that comes after.
We go in quietly. On the way out, we throw grenades willy-nilly.
I mean, Mr. Duran, I happen to like our old architecture in this city. There's not a lot of it, but if it's a nice building, can we at least keep it?
As long as we are walking out, see.
And
if we're not walking out, it's good to have what we need to redesign the landscape.
We really do need to stop blowing up so many buildings.
I'll tell you what.
We did not blow up the last one.
Well, no, technically
If
you're right.
We did not blow up the one before it.
We remove the current occupants. We rescue Michael. Wreck the building. I will buy the property and build it back up.
And it'll be my new haven.
Wow. Okay, well then we better get this shit done. We got a lot of plans, so we better
Samson leans
deliver.
in and he says, "You all seem very concerned about this building. They have our member there captured. Why do you care if the building survives or is destroyed?"
Oh, I simply just like old architecture. That's all. I'm just quirky that way.
To each their own.
See.
We're gonna save them though.
So, from above, from the back, from the front, how are we breaking out and doing this? I am thinking those with blades go in first, nice and quiet, sneaky, like little mice with big teeth.
Yeah, that makes sense. Should they go in like the sides?
Sides, such as
like the instead of going through like the front like doors, like the loading dock, if they can be opened.
Oh no, I'm talking about like if there's upper deck windows. That's more of just
okay.
That's from above.
Storyteller?
Yes.
Are there those kind of windows?
On the roof of the, or on the side of the wall?
Side, top, near roof, catwalks, that sort of thing.
There is a catwalk. There is a like fire escape that would lead up to the roof. On the roof, there's like skylights, essentially, not anything huge, but that could be one particular way of entering the building.
That's where Jai's going in.
All right.
See.
Well, Jude, do you still have any of that? And Abigail whispers, any of that spider stuff?
Storyteller, I was hoping I could have like two of those concoctions potentially.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
And then also one. I always forget the thing. It's like the principal Vitae infusion stones. Am I allowed to have one of those as well?
Yeah.
Because I figured I would have made one in the past couple of nights since the infiltration. Okay, so
Another one of those.
yeah, Abigail, I got two, so you can have the other one.
Oh no, I have my own. I just wanted to see if you wanted to join me on the roof. Yeah, because I still have one left over from the other one that I did, Storyteller. So we'll consider me to have one vial.
Yeah, let's do that again. Yeah, I want to do that for sure.
I mean, it's up to you. I just think it might be an easier way for people like us to be stealthy.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. So we'll climb up onto the roof as well.
All right.
And Senora Amanda, Senora Sampson, you will have to pardon us. We tend to plan in bits and pieces for a while first. Then we get there and we plan some more. Then we shoot some people and we plan some more. And we go down the stairwell and we plan some more. Get used to stopping to plan periodically.
You rescued me last time, so your planning was much appreciated. And when
it works, it is the talent of this coterie. It works very, very well.
Did our plan really work? Like
a strange way,
accidentally when people got caught.
We're alive. They got
okay. All right, we need to. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need to focus. So, Abigail and I are gonna go on the roof with our spider juice, and then Jaw is also gonna go in the up top area. Okay, so Duran, what position are you gonna take? Mordecai, Margaret?
Margaret's thinking to take from the back.
Okay.
Speaking of, while she's still in the vehicle, I'm gonna change her face. So I'm gonna do those rolls and let Steve know how they go.
I don't believe you actually have all left the place of weaponry yet.
Yeah, I think we're still in the armory.
Yes, we're still in the Guns R Us.
Deluxe.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
With 2 X's.
Y'all got a change of room or something? Because I got to do a couple things, and I don't know if it might unsettle y'all.
It unsettles Jaw.
Each their own.
Just turn around.
Yep. You don't want to see this.
Depends on the nature in which you're proposing you're about to do. Can you give us any more details? Oh, we also have a changer room if you'd like to use that. It's up to you.
Well, you're likely familiar with the Masquerade. What I can do can be more permanent. Put it that way.
Jaw's like, nope.
Jaw's face, I just can't.
Oh.
Jaw's face.
I don't need.
You have to plug your ears, Joe.
I definitely like, and then I turn around.
All right. So
I was just like, imagine Play-Doh being made into like a bone monster that literally is alive while it's being made. It's terrifying.
So
Samson's gonna look away, but he's definitely still watching.
Can it do the lean?
I was thinking with the combination of weapons that I do not see Amanda and Samson working separately, but as a unit. And we pair them with Senora Strickland and in the back, which would leave a side or front door to you and I, Senora Strickland. If you would join me in wreaking havoc, see.
Let's
all right.
Together. Make some kind of buddy cop movie right there.
All right, so it seems we have a plan.
I will be the straight man. You can be the funny one this time.
Ministry and the Tailor, the new buddy cop movie this fall on Fox.
As the group gets into that conversation,
Patreon, baby.
So my rolls, the rouse passed.
All right.
I only got one success, but that does not suffice. So I spent a willpower, total of 3. And Margaret's changing her face to look like a Tilda Swinton meets Simone Simmons of Epica to a slightly younger Dame Maggie Smith and Taylor Mosman of The Pretty Reckless. And, while you're having that conversation, you're just hearing flesh shift, bones crack. And at one moment, she's just like, no, that's not what I told you to do, damn it. Kind of hits herself and things settle into a face that she's very familiar with.
This is that body horror section we mentioned
I
earlier.
love Margaret. I love Margaret so much.
So Samson's already pale. You can tell he's a little more pale now. And yet,
If a
And yet-
vampire could become nauseated.
Just smirks, and you can tell from just how her throat's moving that she's swallowing an evil witch laugh.
And that's great. And as a shape changer and someone who understands metamorphosis, he has respect in his eyes. He kind of sees what you've done here and gives you a nod, but definitely doesn't leave like unmatched eye contact as he kind of backs off a little bit.
So how's the plan going?
All right, so where do we need protection for you, Mr. Sampson and Ms. Amanda?
So you can tell that Samson is wearing body armor. It looks a little strange to your eye, as though some of the pieces are slightly oversized, and then other pieces are a little too tight, and it almost looks like it can be moved around. If I were a storyteller in this instance, I would wonder if you've potentially interacted with a shape changer before. This could potentially lead you to believe that this is something that could move with him if he were to change shapes.
And that's a fair question. Storyteller, would Abigail have had this sort of interaction with shape changers? And
You would have
can I roll?
encountered Gangrel before, most certainly, but you've never seen it this kind of efficient with the style of clothing that they would kind of readjust the clothing size and the fit to kind of help them out in shape changing. Usually with Gangrel, they just kind of rip off shirts and transform into something else type thing.
The stereotypes.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of like a 21st century version of the Gangrel and the, readjustment of the clothing.
Excellent. Well, it seems like you've got quite the armor, sir. So I guess you're ready to go? Both of you?
He looks at Amanda, making sure that she's well prepared, and nods.
And do you want to enter the warehouse from the front, or do you want to join Miss Strickland from the back?
Oh, the back, obviously.
I will be able to lead and take whatever's ire that approaches us. It depends on wherever you would like us to be most fitted into your plan. So if you'd like, we can either cause a distraction in the front or potentially go around the back as well. It depends. We've not fought with you before, and we work well as a team. So
No. You do
depends.
rescue your child.
Yeah,
Mordecai's got the distraction for sure.
Thank you.
The two of you go in through the back with Senora Strickland, and the three of you focus on getting your child out of there.
Perfect. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
The rest of us will come from above and from the sides, and we will cause the distraction and hopefully the death of a whole mess of dirty anarchs.
Perfect.
Oh man, this is so cool. We're not doing something for the stupid Camarilla. We get to rescue somebody, and we don't have to find some weird item before a building explodes. Like, this is like, I'm excited. We got
Brick's
this.
soul
We're gonna
is
do
gonna
some
haunt
good
us.
in Vancouver.
Brick is definitely coming back for us after this.
Brick is not dead.
Brick is just in another dimension. It'll.
All
Yeah.
right.
All the more reason for Brick to come back to us.
We'll
and
think about
upset.
Brick later.
All right.
So you are departing then?
I believe
See.
so.
I think so.
All right. At this particular moment, it's a good time to take a bit of a break, as the Coterie and their new compatriots make their way over to the Anarch warehouse. So we're just going to take a quick 7-minute break. Go hydrate, grab yourself some stuff, snacks, food, popcorn, whatever, and we will see you in about 7 minutes. We're back. All right, we're back. And welcome back, everybody. We are headed over to the Anarch warehouse to rescue a childer of our new friend, Amanda, and Samson. So, you pull up to the warehouse, and everything got dropped. I'm assuming swords.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so you pull up to the warehouse. I'm assuming you're going to leave the limo away from the warehouse.
Is it kind of an industrial area?
It's kind of an industrial area. Yeah.
Okay, then about a good 2-3 blocks back from the warehouse, I'm gonna make sure I'm in front of the limo, and I'm gonna put the brakes on and get it enough to go. You're walking from here.
Fine. We'll do it your way.
And then we can take the Fiat closer, because who looks at a Fiat?
So I'll get out of the trunk a little bit extra change of wardrobe. Since we're doing all this underworld stuff, I'm going to put on a full trench coat. Hides the gun.
All right. So Mordecai and Duran are going up front, if I recall correctly. Amanda, Samson, and Margaret are going around the back, and the rest are going kind of rooftop spelunking.
Yes.
Everyone get in position, give us the word, and we will do the distraction.
Before I make my moves up onto the roof, I do want to get my ripstop from the Fiat.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah,
because I'm not wearing it, so I want to make sure I'm having it on and making use of it right now before I
get
go
the
up
ripstop
there.
vest to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So
Yeah, Margaret would have
ripstop
changed
vest.
it back to Fiat.
Cool.
And
Put it on and then put her little outfit thing on over it.
Okay.
I'll leave my ripstop vest open because it would be a shame to hide this tie.
all right, and
tracks.
I
Wow.
roused my ducks so that I can, because I know that that's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good idea,
That's coming
actually. I'm
So
gonna do
roused
that
my
too.
ducks, and I passed my rouse check.
Damn.
I did too.
What the?
Oh, rousing.
Yeah, I also rolled that, but Margaret failed, so she's at hunger too.
Margaret here is in the back of her mind once again. Margaret, it's not even.
What?
You should take some pointers from that Duran. In fact, if you just eat Duran, you can have his skills.
You know, that is a good point. I've always thought it to be a long shot, meeting Prince Kazuni, due to mutual trade of, the Nazi powers. That could be way. At the same time, I respect him far too much, and I hate you. So I'm going to, once all of this is done, or, usually how these things go, I will find a morsel, and I will satisfy myself, but you will not be pleased with that morsel. I do what I please. You know this.
So, who else roused? And that's down.
Messy critical.
Oof, that's harsh.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, it doesn't actually affect, like when you roll a 1 on the rouse check, it doesn't turn into a messy critical or anything. It's just
good.
A 1. Yeah, it's a 1 to 5. You fail.
Yep.
6 to 10 succeeds. So you hear in the back of your mind, Duran?
Si, padre. And of course, once again, I'm talking out loud as I'm checking weapons all the way up to the door. Si, padre.
You need to eat. I've taught you better than this.
Si, padre.
You have really intently at his tie.
And I will be eating shortly, I think. Tonight we have the good stuff on the menu.
Better be good, otherwise you're going to be disappointing me again.
See, I understand that. And the fact that you sound like my sire, I am going to find a kindred psychologist at some point to have a word with you on my behalf, because my sire and I get along a lot better than you and I do. And we need to fix this. We need to be together.
Well, if you want, there is a Dr. Netchurch available. But he's usually elsewhere.
Giovanni, you should probably not say these things out loud.
Mordecai, how'd you do?
John just starts walking.
I failed 2 of them.
What did you increase?
Strength, dex, stamina, and I guess I rolled prematurely for the awe.
I thought, can you rouse multiple attributes?
There's no rouse check for awe.
No, I still have to make a. Oh no, right, that's for enchantment.
That's for it's for entrancement. So you hear in the back of your mind, Mordecai, you should eat.
I'm staring completely directly at Duran's tie.
Don't eat the tie, eat the man.
But it's a nice tie. It reminds me of home.
It is a nice tie.
Doesn't it remind you of home?
You can take it after you eat him.
If I asked him for it, he would probably give it to me. This also is completely out loud.
See, I would.
See? I roll one of the eyes into the back of the head. But that, and eyes direct very quickly, very rapidly to Jude, and then back away.
Is anyone else rousing attributes?
I think I'm just good with the dex for now.
I just roused Dex, and that's all I'm doing for the moment.
Succeed or
right,
succeed.
Potence.
Yeah.
That's why. That was the other one. Potence.
Oh, okay. So, storyteller, we're having a little bit of a discussion in the background. Can you
That's
clarify
me.
for all of us? In combat situations, are you allowed to rouse more than one attribute? And I know this is probably your discretion as to whether or not.
I allow it because it's a risk and reward situation.
Okay.
If you want to risk the hunger, sure, you can have multiple attributes boosted. Unfortunately, you're going to be really hungry for about 50% of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I also forgot I needed to rouse for my fortitude,
Okay.
and that was a bestial failure.
Again, you're rolling a lot of ones.
yeah,
You're
you
just
guys.
getting it all out of the way before we get in.
I'm going in hungry. I'm going in drooling.
At least it's not ones and tens with oblivion, so.
So, Duran,
Si, padre.
that Mordecai wants your tie. You should probably eat him.
Si, padre. But there are others inside who want to shred my tie. I will eat them first.
Just eat something. You're
Thanks for that.
disappointing me and you're being insolent.
Si, I have respect for Mordecai. Wanting my tie. Who could not? It is a sartorial statement that is wonderful. But the
Right
people
here.
inside this warehouse, they will have no love for my tie. They may even mock my tie. They will die, and I will eat.
Fair enough. If you reason with your beast, occasionally it works.
Grazie. Sara.
Storyteller, I would
Yo.
also like to I don't know if we're like on the roof yet, but even just approaching the warehouse, I would like to use Sense the Unseen.
Sense the unseen. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a
Yes, me
wits
as well.
and awareness.
Okay.
I'll
Wits
do
and
that as well.
awareness? Sure.
Or is it a wits and aspects?
I
don't know.
I think it's wits and
Yeah,
aspects.
yeah, it is
typically,
wits
but
and
I'll do whatever
aspects.
you want.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
it's
do
wits and
aspects.
aspects. Go with that.
Okay. Okay.
I've got 3
Buy some more
successes.
aspects.
3 successes.
Yeah, this is for passive, right?
This is kind of passive, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed this was for passive. I got 1. Damn it.
Oh, and there's where it works. Beautiful. Okay.
So you both.
While we're still a whole group, as they stop to do that, I'm going to kick up the ears and the
Okay.
sense of smell and everything else, and got 4 successes.
There it is. So Abigail and Jude, you close your eyes and you open them, and you have your senses pierce the veil between this world and the next, and you can see that the warehouse itself is kind of more ashen gray. It was kind of a just straight gray, massive brick building before, but now it kind of has like a haze to it. You can't see anything necessarily supernatural about the building. You can see there are a few people, a few auras that are moving around inside. There is also someone standing beside the Fiat, looking in to the trunk with everyone else kind of going into it. And this person has a bald head. They got kind of pointy-ish ears on the one side. The other side, it's kind of flopped over. And they have their hands in their pockets, and they're dressed in kind of rags, essentially. And they're kind of looking into the Fiat trunk.
And we didn't see them before, I assume? All right.
But with Duran's sense of smell, he definitely picks up kind of a sewerish smell all of a sudden.
There's somebody near your Fiat, Mr. Giovanni. I would
See.
like to investigate. Very briefly. So, Abigail.
You saying this out loud?
Yeah, I'm saying this to Duran, yes.
See,
Because I'm like right
I
near
can-
Duran.
I can smell it, so I'm just going to take a couple of steps towards the trunk of the Fiat,
Lord.
dip down, grab a whole handful of gravel and dirt, and just bring it up in an arc right across the space.
Okay.
And then sword.
That's one way of doing it.
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
Then
the,
there's just following up with a sword.
the obfuscate drops, and you see basically someone that was standing there like, hey, man, whoa, why are you throwing dirt at me? The hell? I mean,
What
it's
the
been a
fuck
while
are you
since I've
doing
had a
here?
dirt bath. I mean, I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
where
lie.
you're welcome.
Who sent you?
Nixodon sent me.
Oh, of course she did. Bloody hell.
About
I've
what?
never even met this woman, and she just...
Who's this person?
She's a,
Nixodon? She's one of the Nosferatu elders.
She
And
sent somebody
Nixodon
else to
sent you
spy on us.
to
Keep an eye on you. Keep you out of trouble.
out
Okay,
of
well,
trouble.
you should go
What?
away right now, though.
Gonna get us in trouble. Go away.
Yeah, Margaret tried to dominate him.
If she wants. Yeah, I get to roll.
While she's doing that, I'm just saying to Mr. Giovanni, yes, she's the one who sent the Nosferatu that was in front of Margaret's shop a few weeks ago. She keeps wanting to spy on us, and I don't know why. It's not like we have anything of interest to her.
It is a thing the clan does. They collect
I
the
know, but
information.
still.
They like to be known as the source of all information amongst the families. It's good press primarily, but if they send them out obfuscated, then they can find things and make us believe that they are the best at collecting information. When actually, it
We
would
are
be,
the best at collecting information.
you against the Giovanni, the ones that beat both of us are the ministry. And that would be, and when you've got two looking down at you, I would give up.
Miss Bolton and Mr. Sampson, does anybody know that you're here? As in, like, anybody in the city actually know that you're here?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
See you, little Nos? You had the hand up?
Oh, nothing. Margaret?
Yeah, so Margaret is going to do the Forgetful Mind
Hold
on the Nosferatu.
How many successes?
6, and her rouse score, it fails, so she's now at Hunger 3.
Nice.
I'm tempted to
Typical.
go crit, but 6. But her... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What are you going to be saying with the Forgetful Mind? Like just saying forget type thing? Forget the last 15 minutes?
So, like previously, when she tried to attempt it on the werewolf in her shop a long time ago, her eyes just go from like normal shape to like they flip, and they have that serpentine side to side like blinking. And she basically attempts to rework their memory to where Nixodon didn't tell them to come and snoop on them, report to her, everything like that. Anything that they might have gained since they've been in our presence, that's gone. They're not aware that they were told that Nixodon told them to go and do this, so why would they remember this information in the first place?
So the Nosferatu then blinks a few times, and they're like,
Her eyes go back to normal.
so what y'all doing?
Oh, by the way, especially for the new people, no matter what face Margaret takes, in the irises of her eyes, there are flecks of mica throughout.
Ah, cool.
So we had just paid you to go into the warehouse over there, tell us where a certain person is being held.
Right. Who? Sorry.
My
memory's not the
childish name
best.
again was Michael.
Michael Howcroft.
Michael, what does Michael Howcroft look like?
He looks like he's got black hair. He's got kind of an ashen gray complexion. I had that just up here. There's a photo that I've got of him. That was... Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Forever Night is the best vampire television show ever.
I'm gonna want to out of character. I'm gonna want to mesmerize this guy before we leave, because if he brings back to Nixodon information about our friends here, that's probably not information that they want known.
So this is, I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is the photo that I've got of this particular character.
I see it.
DNA. I can see it.
There we go. That's a little better.
Is Samson and Amanda, are we here? Have we kind of gotten off of our Ducati, and are we, after moving towards the space, are we with the rest of the group? Do we see all this unfold before us?
Yes, give me 1 sec. No, that was too fast. Focus on thumb. Thank you. And there we go. Okay. Yeah. Basically, the Fiat would have stopped in front of the limo, making sure that it couldn't go any further, and then the Ducati probably would have pulled up behind that.
Cool. Samson is driving, and I'm on the back, and I get off, and you see us out of the corner of your eye as all this is happening, kind of like forehead to forehead, and we're walking up holding hands, and then we kind of straighten up more, and we continue forward to join you.
So yeah, you're wanting me to go in that building and find that Michael person.
But agreed to it.
See,
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you saying I got paid? And he's
See.
like searching through like the various.
oh no, not
Things-
in money.
Come on, we use a
Not-
cash app.
not in money. See, you go in,
Right.
you come out, a trivial boon. All you're doing is getting a little information.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Right. And he's got black hair. Right. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for
A
him.
bit of good looking. See,
Oh, so now I roll great.
of course,
Oh, man.
he's working for us now.
So you see him and he's like, yeah, and he kind of like shuffles off a few feet and then he completely disappears.
DNA.
That's a neat trick.
Let us take our positions. She will come back sure momentarily and let us know what we need to know, or he won't come back at all, and that's taken care of too.
I imagine everybody else could position themselves accordingly, and he just went back to us.
Yes.
See,
All right.
All right.
Jude, shall we?
and we
Yeah,
can send a
let's do it.
text. Oh no, they're voting for Bruno. No.
I fixed the text.
Also, Duran, your phone dings and it is the Pokemon Go.
Oh, there's a stop here too.
You might want to turn the volume down on you.
Yes, Mr. Giovanni, please turn your
Volume
ringer
down?
and
Yes.
and your notifications off. No, don't break the.
If I does not break it, if I hit it a couple of times, it shuts up, and then I hit it a
He's
couple of
got
times
an
and it
otter
talks again.
box. It's fine.
Oh,
And don't forget
Alright.
to turn that buzzing off as well.
yes,
See.
all notifications off, please. We don't want to be heard.
See,
All right, Abigail, we getting this started?
Yes, let's. Jaw, are you joining us on the roof?
You're
You're muted.
Oh, you'll be joining me. I'll get there before you.
Oh, a race. Interesting.
Ja is soaring, leaping on top to them. So it's just like he
No race.
just couple of steps and he just bounds up and he's just climbing up the side of the building.
Jude's just rolling her eyes like, ugh. All right,
Remind me
you want
your
our
potence level, Ja.
Potence level 2.
Potence level 2, soaring leap, number of meters, 3 times their potence level vertical, 5 times horizontal. So yeah, that's easily done. That's like 6 meters. And
All
the
right,
other
so I
two...
guess-
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
yeah, so yeah, I'm just saying we're ready to scale the walls.
And then Amanda and Samson and Margaret are going around the back.
Mhm. As they approach, Margaret will just silently tell them, all right, so go in the back, I can do a thing. And from her middle finger, like the fingernail goes away,
Yeah.
and from the knuckle up, a skeleton key lockpicky thing sort of appears.
Go gadget key.
She's like, so, my thinking is do the stealth as long as we were able to maintain it, and the moment that the jig is up, the three of us just, test shit up, as the young kids like to say. And then from that point on, you have your child that you were concerned of. If you get, information, since I don't know, but y'all have a place in the black, but once it comes to a point, once we've stealth and slaughtered that you lead the way, I will have you go back from that point in time.
Thank you.
And maybe we should have discussed this with the rest of the group. Once are we going to clear this building? Are we going to remove this threat from the city?
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
It would
Be
be
ashamed to
ideal.
waste all of this ammunition.
Excellent, excellent.
It's
Well,
probably good to let you know the things that we can do so that we can work together.
absolutely. That would be wonderful.
I can cast things into darkness, and I
Ooh.
can create an area of tentacles that can grab our victims,
This is
amongst other things. Those are my biggest, most beautiful things that I can do.
Y'all just leans over the roof and goes, La Sombra! Oh my god!
Yeah, Margaret's just like, I know. And she's like, after Amanda confirms that, she's looking at her with obviously a bit more respect and something under it that you probably can't place. But she says, well, I mean, y'all already know that I can. I mean, you saw, you heard. I can take deeper parts of my body and construct weapons of the flesh and the bone around myself. I can create any weapon of myself. I can bring components in from other people and make myself bigger, more durable, more branch off stuff. I can also, given enough time, turn them completely inside out into a ball and make sure that they still live, but we're here for quickness.
So
Fascinating.
Samson.
So I can transform myself into a massive bestial form, and leaning into my
Amphibious.
amphibious gangrel form, and with my companion with her tentacles, I transform myself into a almost octopus style creature in which I can send out tendrils, and my mouth transforms into a massive beak that can rend my opponents and shear them. It is quite horrendous, and yet
I think it's beautiful.
Oh, goody. We've teamed up with the hentai twins.
What I'm feeling is that the two of them together make Cthulhu night. Too.
Oh man.
That's a lot of tentacles. Okay.
Man, I gotta get into the chantry and learn some cool shit. I can't do anything like that. Damn.
and due to our fantastic in our body armor that has been custom made, I am able to have the body armor stay on my body as we go in. We'll be able to be in darkness and be in silence as we move through the back door, and yet when things do become dangerous, we will not disappoint you.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've got the clout, you got the armory. I mean, this is yeah. I feel good. We got this. Child rescued, Anarch threat neutralized. It's gonna be a dub for the Coterie tonight. Yeah.
So let's mildly fast forward a little bit. So Jude, Abigail, and Ja make it up to the roof of the warehouse safely. The three who've gone around back, Amanda, Samson, and Margaret, will be positioned at the back door. And let's start off with the distraction out front.
Okay, first thing the distraction out front wants to do is I want to check the shroud in this area.
All right.
So that requires a bit of a rouse.
That does require a bit of a rouse.
Are we waiting for our?
Oh, well, everybody's walking around and walking over.
Right.
I'm getting hungrier, so.
Duran, you need
Si
to
Padre.
eat someone.
Oh, si Padre. I need
Mordecai
to eat
is
several
right
someones.
here.
No, he would not go down well.
You are once again being insolent.
No, I'm not being insolent. I'm being smart. Taking on a snake Padre would not be good. He would probably fold me and spindle me a little bit, and possibly some mutilation. There are people inside who will be much easier. Them I can do.
So you blink a few times. You open your senses as they pierce beyond the veil, much similar to Abigail and Jude's powers.
Yep, and I got 5 successes there. Why do I get 5 there? Okay, 5.
You're using up all your bad rolls on rouse checks.
Yeah,
all
apparently.
your good rolls on skill checks. So you blink a few times, and there's the odd wraithly specter moving around, more closer to where the dock area is. They're people who have like overalls on and hats that are to defend against falling girders. That's moving about their business. They seem to be doing the same thing over and over again. It seems to be more of a pattern than an actual useful fettered wraith. It's more of an illusion of life.
Okay. So it's a thin-ish veil here.
It's fairly thin, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna one more time rouse for Aura of Decay.
And remind the people at home what Aura of Decay does.
Aura of Decay. Mordecai is going to notice first. It's going to feel creepier. There's going to be the smell of decay. You can almost hear in the back of your head things collapsing and falling, and pretty much plant life around me dies. Food spoils. Humans get sick. Kindred just don't feel very good. It doesn't affect them negatively in a damaging way. If I'm around humans for more than a couple of minutes, they start taking damage.
Yeah.
I like to call that giving people the Wiggins.
Yes. Yes. So, and that
Corruption personified.
I am now at 4 hunger.
Duran,
Oh no.
See, Padre, we
you
are
need
going
to
in.
listen to me and eat something.
I am listening, Padre. I am drooling, and I am going to be eating in a moment.
He's right there.
No, Padre, he's on the other side of the door, and I am covered with guns, and I am not going to shoot him. I'm going to bite him.
Oh, you're going to bite Mordecai. Perfect. Excellent.
At some point, possibly, Padre. Yeah, that could happen.
So, how is the, I guess, presence hammer going to be employed in this particular situation for the distraction?
All these fancy schmancy powers and auras of death and tendrils of blackness, and they're much more subtle. So,
Subtle as a brick.
Since when?
I'm gonna basically walking up to the front doors as though we are meant to be there. Sort of walking in like as if you're underage and you're going to the bar. You're basically just kind of walking in, so you're not fooling anybody, or you're trying to fool everybody by pretending you're supposed to be there.
You're walking into the kind of working class area dressed in fancy suits.
Yep.
And you're like, hey, we belong here.
Yep.
Okay. That's
So,
understandable.
Do we see people or movement?
You do not.
Okay.
There are lights on in the building, but you don't actually see any movement on the outside.
When we see
So we're
people,
going to go in.
You're going to go in.
Basically,
when we see people, are you going to say, "Do you know how I am?" Please
seems to work. So.
eat this.
We got to make t-shirts for that.
So basically going to walk in the building through the front door. If the front door is locked, we're going to go snap it, go through.
The front door is in fact locked.
If it's just a knob thing, I'm just going to snap it off and go through.
Nothing happens. Unless you want to put the full potence power behind it. All right, so you're going to push the door in then?
What kind of door is it?
It's a wooden door, but it's like a solid thick wood.
Yeah, just
so essentially on the other side, a kind of blocker that was there smashes and the door flies open and Mordecai walks in.
Right behind him.
So as I was saying, when we get that shipment here, anybody in the room?
There's a bunch of crates, a lot, like kind of rows upon rows of crates, kind of like if you want to picture the last bit of Indiana Jones. Yeah. You knew where I was going. And like about 50 meters from you, as you walk in, like everybody stops. There's like 4 people sitting around a crate that has been sectioned off, and they're playing cards. And they all kind of stop, and they're like,
So as I was saying, that shipment, we're going to need to make room for this. And hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Wait.
So as I was saying, we need to make room for... Seriously, do you not know who I am? Interesting.
All right. That is the presence hammer being deployed.
Heightened senses. Am I hearing heartbeats?
You are not.
Whee!
It is a rouse check for entrancement and a charisma plus presence versus their practically next to nothing pool of wits.
Rouse check succeeds.
Oh shit.
Barely.
You win.
What do I have? 6.
6 total successes.
6 total successes.
They're like, oh yeah,
not my best work.
Yeah, sure, no problem. We'll wait.
Good.
And the others are like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Who's this guy?
Hold on a sec. Come on. I need you for a second.
The guy that you entranced?
Yep.
Yeah, he wanders over and he's like, oh yeah, sure. They're all kind of wearing like white t-shirts and jeans with like the belt buckles and such, and they're like the one guy wanders over to you like, oh yeah, sure. What do you need?
Well, see, here's the thing. We have a shipment coming in. We are going to need a lot of this stuff moved. We're going to need the parcel upstairs to relocate.
Parcel?
The package, the special. The Vampire Diaries kid. The pale gray goatee kid.
Wait, all right. You're talking about the La Sombra that we're supposed to hold here, right? Yeah, he's not upstairs. He's downstairs.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Right.
We needed to know that because we're going to need that space upstairs. We're going to need
There's no upstairs here, man. It's wide open. Like, unless you're talking on the roof. Do you want to put it on the roof? We can put it on the roof.
Well, I mean, we might need the space. It's actually a significant thing. We have helicopters coming for this particular shipment. It's very important.
Where are you going to land helicopters? I don't think the roof can handle helicopters.
That's not your concern, though, my friend. You just need to clean out this part so we can get the shit in here.
Where am I supposed to put it, though? Like,
well, then that's why you're being paid the big bucks.
I'm not
an extra
really
10K in it for you if you get it all in here.
All of what in here?
What kind of employer I am.
Like your shipment? But we have to move this stuff. Where are we going to put this stuff?
Well, it's shipping out, obviously. And I mean, like I said, it's not going to be.
Right.
That's I'm leaving this up to you. I'm trusting you.
Okay.
Yeah. You're my best guy here. I grab my both shoulders.
No.
I'm my number one guy. Anytime anybody wants to do something, I need them to do it. Anytime. I'm kind of speaking out loud, trying to speak into the earpiece. And
trying to drop the big hint to everybody else that now is the time to go.
I mean, theoretically, I could probably entrance the other 3.
You could, but that'd be 3 extra rouse checks.
So there is one that is not under your
There's 3 that aren't.
There's 3 that aren't, one that is. And I'm going to walk past 2 of the 3 towards the one at the back. I'm walking past as if I'm going to the back door.
Okay.
And when I get to the furthest one from him, who's not enchanted, I'm going to stop, put my hand on his shoulder, and say, "Oh, and there was a message. Hello, lunch." And go for the throat.
As soon as Duran does that, death from above.
So yeah, I'm assuming that like the lot of us are on the roof already that are supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Duran and Mordecai waited until everybody was essentially in position before moving out. So that'll be a Dex and Brawl from Duran.
Okay.
What
Oh,
the
good thing
actual...
I roused my dex because I shoot shit. I have no brawl. Okay. However, that got me 3 successes. Ha ha.
So you go in to bite this particular individual, and he like kind of puts his forearm up, and you're like,
I'll bite
over
that.
top.
I'll bite
Yeah,
his
he's
forearm.
holding you off. He's like got his forearm up under your shin because he rolled 5 successes.
Fuck it. I'm going to put the pistol in his stomach and pull the trigger several times. Gunshots I can do.
He's going to try to dodge that.
When he's right in front of me.
He's got celerity. Apparently he doesn't have celerity. He sort of had celerity.
Okay, so that's 3. That would allow me to blow a willpower and do those 2 again.
Well, that's what I could have done.
3,
Yeah,
4,
you could have spent willpower.
6 with a messy critical.
Yeah, you're shooting him. Unfortunately, you also get hungrier. With the
That's okay. Critical. I'm shooting him so he goes down so I can eat him.
Is it though? Aren't you in 5 now?
He's in 5 now.
Oh goodness.
This just went from bad to worse.
Oh,
so
no.
Let's go to the back door, shall we? I'm assuming Margaret is using her skeleton key.
Yeah, I'm making that Dex and larceny roll. I'm glad I already roused my Dex.
I love that thing so much.
1, 2, 3. Oh, this hunger 3 has to go away soon.
It probably will.
I know I don't get to add my security specialty to this. Sad
You do
to me
not.
days. Okay.
That's either a really good roll or a really crappy roll.
4 successes.
That's a really good roll. Yeah, so for Amanda and Samson, you see that the kind of key-looking lockpick come out of her finger, and she works the finger in and kind of like moves it around inside the lock. Kind of
excellent. Before the door opens, I'm going to hold up my finger and say, "Wonderful, thank you." Hold on 1 second. And I'm then going to start the transformation process for my character. I think it takes two to 3 turns.
It does, yeah.
And so as this occurs, you see Samson start to kind of hunch over and kind of like undulate, and you see his body transforms into a pretty hideous, like tentacle man creature. This kind of hybridized version of a humanoid octopus. Kind of dripping with ichor, face transforming into this kind of like large, like fanged, beak. The actual, tentacles themselves with the suction cups actually have like lacerations on them and barbs. This process is going as she is unlocking the door.
Yeah, he's just sort of kind of malforming, and kind of some of the body kind of slides into itself and kind of expands in other areas. So Ja, death from above, you were saying. That'd be a Dex and melee.
Absolutely. I figured you'd call it Dex. You normally use strength, but that is okay. I'm ready. I already roused my Dex here.
The reason why I'm calling it Dex, and you can argue this if you really
I'm not going to
like
argue this one. I figured it'd be Dex.
Because you're falling and you're trying to hit a target.
Yeah. I agree. No argument there.
Fall harder.
I still get a lot of dice. It's fine.
Fall with your fists.
There's 2 for my sword. And then there. Okay. All right. Oh, there's 1 more. Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a surprise attack. Do the other 2 want to do a surprise attack falling in on the area?
I actually was wondering, I don't think I necessarily, sorry, cyborg stuff. I don't think necessarily that I want to like attack from above. I was gonna ask if I could just drop down and then sort of call out like, "Where's Mike?"
Yeah, you can drop down.
Yeah, so I don't actually want to attack. I just want to drop down safely and then just sort of like call that out and wait for someone to respond to me.
Let's do a Dex and Athletics for landing on your feet on,
Okay.
I'm assuming, some boxes because it's a little closer. It's probably not going to take fall damage with that.
9 successes with a crit.
What?
9 successes?
Yes.
Jesus.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So everybody else who happens to be in the area, which is mostly just Duran and Mordecai, see Ja drop down and kind of sword first,
There is sword in the guy.
impale one of these poor individual souls and almost rend them in two.
Shish kebab is
Human
on the
or
menu.
kindred?
It's kind of hard to tell at this point.
All right, well then I'll bite and see what it tastes like.
It's a kindred.
Then this is mine.
More should I say it was a kindred.
Oh yeah, then I am just going in there straight up, just all your life belong to me now. Let's bring me down to 0.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll pretty much do it.
Okay.
I got a 3 for
3.
my.
Yeah, you're able to drop down and kind of land on some of the nearby crates that are stacked 3 or 4 high, and then you can kind of jump down crate by crate from there.
Okay, great. And I'm saying, especially if I can see like Mordecai in my field of vision, that's who I kind of want to be like, "Where's Mike?"
Mordecai.
My turn to do something?
No, you're
Okay.
Just a response.
Are you
to
responding to that particular yell?
Basement.
And I actually would like to find the stairs down to the basement and start going.
All right, give me 1 sec. Abigail.
So I think what Abigail would be doing is pretty much following Jude's lead in this particular case, because it seems like I'm assuming we're looking down through some skylights, so it looks like they have their diablerie handled. So I think...
What are you saying?
Oh, whoa, no, diablerie.
Whoa.
So I think she's going to follow Jude's lead, so rolling...
Dex and Athletics.
Yeah. Perfect.
I would never do that yesterday.
Storyteller note, everybody. All you playing the home game, diablerie is wrong.
3 successes.
Yes.
Not according to the Blood Hunt Alpha, excuse me.
True.
Right.
Really ended up being.
I mean, Diablerie Simulator 1.0, like, yeah, that's kind of there's a lot of that.
3 successes.
3 successes? Yeah, kind of the same as Jude. You wait till Jude drops down on the crates and then kind of hop your way from there. Okay. The back door, on the other hand, is now open. And Samson is fully in the octopoid kind of form. And what would Amanda be doing?
I take out my pistols and I look around. We can hear everything our team's saying, right?
There's a lot of...
Oh, I can't, though.
Death and... Yeah.
I look over at Margaret and I'm like, where to?
I can't remember it at this moment, but she'll convey the area, and she'll
basement.
Basement, Peggy.
Basement. And she'll just basement, absolutely. I do want to give you the assurance that if you do drop your shadows, I do have the means to be able to see through them. And just for like 2 seconds, she'll blink her eyes and they'll glow red. She'll let, I am familiar with your plan, and I do know that you share the proclivities of domination. Something I'm also very good at. But
I noticed.
Well, thank you. So, if you, because this is your child, see the need to satiate your thirst and more, I will be more than happy to act as the opposite for you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. So with my shadows, if I do shadow, can I kind of use that to kind of engulf my area? Does that work
Yeah,
like that?
that's what the
And it moves with me, right? This would be the shadow cast or the
yeah,
Stygian shroud.
it would be the Stygian shroud. It would
Okay.
basically create a large sphere of shadow that you're kind of in. It only moves at about walking pace though. So if you need to run at any point in time, it would kind of try to follow with you, but it wouldn't move as fast as you do.
Okay.
And Eyes of the Beast would allow me to see through that as well.
Limited vision, yes, but if somebody doesn't have Eyes of the Beast and they're in Stygian Shroud, it's basically just pure darkness. They can't see anything.
Yeah, that's essentially what Margaret said.
All right, cool. I look at the two of them, and when I do Stygian shroud.
Stygian Shroud. Let me just call this up on the old Chicago by Night. Oh, I clearly went too far on that one. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. This says Stygian shroud. Darkness spews out of a nearby shadow as a vampire blankets the area around them in gloom equivalent to a moonless night, while sounds are muffled and indistinct. Anyone viewing the effect from without see it as a shadow expanding over every surface, including the bodies of any victims in the area. Those apart from the invoker caught in the effects find themselves struggling to see and hear their surroundings, and mortals are drained of their very life by the suffocating power.
And it is a rouse check.
Cool. Teach me
So
the
it'd be
ways.
1 blood dice roll.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't get a 1 or a 10.
I got a 10.
So that's a humanity stain. Because you reach out with your essence, connecting with the oblivion and pull in shadows from essentially another dimension, and it starts to mildly corrode your soul ever so slightly. But you may or may not feel really bad about it later. We'll do that roll in a bit.
As it happens.
And the entire area is essentially shrouded in darkness.
And we just, I move with everyone. I assume they're coming with me, and we just move forward and make our way down to the basement.
Yeah, Samson will kind of slither across the walls. His body able now to kind of form up along the walls. He'll kind of reach out, and appendages will kind of be on the ceiling and on the floor as well, as we go stealthily.
Yeah, Margaret in the Stygian shroud, her Eyes of the Beast are up, and she has her probably new favorite weapons up and ready, and she's just taking basically back center against the back of that. And also while they're moving along in the shadow, I will take the opportunity to do some redistribution weapon armor bullshit, and I'll let you know how that roll goes.
Alrighty.
I would call this octopus thing Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
I like it.
Team Cthulhu.
How dare you? How dare you?
Listen, I have to get at least one dad joke in.
Yeah, that's good.
At least one
Stop
every
it.
time.
That's worth points.
I'm
It's at
trying to
least
lean
4
into the
successes.
amphibious gangrel, so.
I dig the description. That's dope.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Creepy,
So-
but dope.
Mordecai.
I assume my new friend is suddenly turning around, going, "What the heck's going on?"
Yeah.
So it's going to be
no idea
basically
what's
nothing you need to worry about. Grab him by the throat and choke slam him.
Strength and brawl.
Strength and
Dun,
brawl.
dun,
That's some of
dun,
those.
dun.
Some of those.
No, he doesn't have obfuscate, so you can clearly see him.
And I get an extra die because I'm a specialty in dirty fighting.
Wrestling.
Yes. And I add the
yeah.
potence to the damage, yes?
Yes. The potence is not added to the initial roll. It is added later on to the damage.
Can I Diablerize him if I paste him first? I got
Probably
8
not.
successes.
God.
8 successes?
I got a bunch of 10s.
Yeah, he's entranced too, so he's clearly not expecting this. And you essentially
Descend on him.
There's a spider web of cracks in the pavement as you grab him and slam him into it.
Flawless victory.
And there's
I'll eat him.
There's a sickening crunch as you definitely are not able to Diablerize this particular unfortunate thing that you just essentially got 12 points of damage on when he only had a health pool of 4. Yeah, he's very, very dead.
Oof.
There is 2 more though, and the other 2 are going to start shooting. Well, they're shooting.
Throw his friend at him.
That guy actually shot somebody. Okay, cool. So the one, and I'm gonna roll a. Nope, that's the other one.
Rip off his arms and beat his friends with them.
Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll just
So
step on his torso and tear his arms off.
Yeah, his torso is disappearing pretty quick. So 1 through 5 on this particular dice, he's going to shoot at Mordecai, and 6 through 10 will be shooting at not Mordecai, which will be shooting at Duran. Duran, are you going to be dodging?
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, how tightly wound up am I with this guy to be dodging?
Pretty tightly. Which we
actually I'll try to twist this guy around so he takes the shots.
That's a good idea. Kindred body armor.
Yeah.
Not provided by Samisi for once.
Speaking of, I have that information ready when you are.
We'll hop to that in just a second.
Okay, give me a second here. What do you want me to roll?
Dex and athletics.
Dex and of course. And 2 successes.
That is sort of enough, but not quite.
Okay.
You take a couple shots, but your dancing partner, I guess, because you spun them around.
Yep.
They are taking the vast majority of it. They are getting hit from behind, and you've already shot them in the gut. So I'm assuming you're going to polish them off with another shot to get. Or eat them.
Yeah, I was going to say polish them off. No.
Yeah,
I'm hungry. I'm really hungry.
You are really hungry.
Really hungry.
Really, really
hungry. And I don't want to eat my friends.
It.
So yeah, I'm taking care of it with this guy.
Alrighty, that'll be a Dex and Brawl. You want to rouse?
2 Diablerists here now. Yay! I'm not alone.
Yeah, the stains are just like racking up.
My Dex is already roused, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this episode Blood Hunt Alpha.
Dude, no lie. If things went south with that Nosferatu, Margot was just gonna pounce.
And this time it's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Finally.
He is at a lower dice pool due to the fact that you
have shot him.
Shot him and got him shot.
Yes.
So yeah, you're able to muckle on.
Excellent.
And we're going to flip over to Margaret. Sorry, not Margaret just yet. Abigail and Jude. You are easily able to find, like, there's at the opposite end of where Mordecai and Duran came in, there is a large shadow shroud that is moving in the warehouse, and it is moving towards the back right corner from where they came in. That would be a staircase that is leading downward.
I'm gonna follow them. Not
Jude?
too close to the shadow, but I'm gonna follow them.
Yeah, same.
I mean, fair enough. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. And there's things that you sort of have a little bit of experience with the La Sombra, but you know that they can employ shadow tentacles. You've kind of seen this in the past. However, this particular shroud isn't actually having any shadow tentacles move out. There's actually kind of like octopus-like shadows that are moving along the wall beside it, which is disconcerting to say the least.
Well, this is interesting, Jude.
I want to watch it, but I feel like we can't.
I think we should. I think we need to do some more studying in the chantry. That's what I think.
If I can even get in.
No, you'll get in. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll get you in.
All right. I don't want to think about Cassius right now. It's just going to make me mad. So
yes, let's follow them. And I think we need to be prepared that there might be more of them down there. So, you're ready.
And Jude just like takes the shotgun, presumably off her back where it was strapped, and loads some of those dragon's breath round, and she's just grinning from ear to ear at Abigail. It's like, I've never been more ready in my life.
And I am actually rousing Scorpion's touch because I would like to make sure that I have it available for me. If I need it.
Come on, fail. Come on.
I actually did. I just rolled. I did.
You failed?
I failed.
Excellent.
No, well, I mean, I got 5, so yeah, I failed. But
that's totally
bestial fail.
So, Abigail, in the back of your mind, and this is something that our visitors haven't experienced before, but you hear, Abigail, we very much should definitely have a word. You need to eat. If I had this happen to us in the war, we wouldn't have won on the beaches, in the sea, at air.
Shh. You do realize, Winston, you need to be quiet. We're trying to actually sneak. You know how to sneak, remember? You taught us how to sneak. You told us to... Shh.
I am in your head, Abigail. Don't shush me. Shh. I led the Allied forces in the war.
Done! Shh. Okay. I'll eat later.
I've been waiting for that all episode.
You love Winston.
So you're following along on behind the tentacles shadow thing. And Margaret, how did your roll go for the rearranging?
Let's just say I'm glad the vicissitude stuff doesn't have the same stuff like the Oblivion stuff, because she got a skull, so now she's at Hunk 4. I also realized a few days ago, I've been reading things wrong about the weapons. It's only the armor that reduces one of your physical attributes.
Okay.
But I did give her the armor this time. It's bone armor, but it's shaped very kind of like in the cheek portion, there's like sort of, the things that you would see in Spain, the sacred geometry like that. Her collarbones have kind of like a tree of life thing going down into her, kind of breast portion, but because, like
the sternum area.
You can't see like what's under like her clothes and everything, like Zumuzi wise, but like over the clothes, there's just bone, and just not like the carvings don't go like all the way through. It's just more like etchings. There's like flower of life, things of the Spaniard churches on the cheeks, things of that nature. And then for her weapons on her legs, from especially her calf area, there's just like sort of like those spikes in the old-timey movies you'd see they throw on the road to pop the tires, stuff like that pops out of her legs for her automatic +2 on damage.
All right, so that is hidden from view, but let's get the description anyway, because it's awesome.
The Sabra stuff can see it if they choose to look, and they can get it maybe mildly muted.
The shroud, led by Amanda, is going downstairs. Downstairs, you see, and I'm turning into a little somber myself. This is amazing. Disappearing. So you see kind of a hallway, and down at the end of the hallway, there's a door. It's just the one kind of concrete hallway. It's got the kind of hanging lights that have the grills on them, and as you move along, the shadow envelops the lights, and it just blinks out.
As we're going, Samson will reach a tentacle up to the light and just break the bulb as well. Just so each time they'll break out.
So as you go along, like as the shroud moves, for Abigail and Jude, as the shroud keeps going, it seems to envelop the light, and then as the shroud moves past where the lights are hanging, there's no light coming from them.
Okay, Abigail's gonna turn to Jude. Jude, you might want to pull out your phone and use that flashlight app thing. Remember I showed you?
Oh, yeah. So I'll take my phone from my pocket and turn on the flashlight.
And Abigail's gonna do the same because we're blind.
I was about to say, I want Oblivion sight right now, but can't have it.
Are you proceeding, Amanda, to the end of the hallway and the door?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So are you opening the door, knocking? How are you proceeding from here?
I would like to stealthily try to see if it's unlocked.
It is not unlocked.
Then I point to it. I get Margaret's attention and poke to the keyhole.
Margaret, Dex and larceny.
Hunger 4.
This could go very bad, and it could go average. Yeah, there's
Storyteller.
pretty much the only two.
Just for my own understanding of like what the layout is going on. So it's Amanda and Samson going like proceeding down the stairs with the Stygian shroud. And then,
they're proceeding down the hallway, yeah.
But down the hallway, right. And then it's Abigail and I after that. I'm there with my phone light. But Margaret is up at the front.
Margaret was in the shroud.
Oh, Margaret was in the shroud. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to understand the logistics. Yeah, it's okay. There. Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, they were proceeding because the Margaret and Samson have Eyes of the Beast activated.
Right. Yeah. So they can see at least a little bit.
Margaret, mystify me with that roll.
No, you're going to be very happy and very proud of me. That's a 6 messy crit. So Margaret's now at Hunger 5.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, she is.
You guys are killing me today.
But the door opens rather easily with the skeleton key, and you unlock it. You've done this half a dozen times now. So how do you proceed in the room?
I will basically just as fast as possible open it up and then clock whoever's in there, or trying to like get a look at whoever's in there and just start shooting people that are not Michael Howcroft.
So you open up the door, and what you see is kind of Michael is on an operating table, and he's got like a piece of wood stuffed in his chest. And there is several people milling around. There's only 2 people. One has a lab coat on, and they're like, but we tried this already. And they stop dead as soon as they see the kind of the beginnings of the shroud come in. And you are rolling dexterity and firearms.
Okay, so just my intention, now that I see that, My intention is to bring them to their knees. I have questions for them.
Okay.
Try to figure out what it is that they're doing. So what do
Hope they're
how
not mortals.
It's funny you
Are
say.
you, yeah, you trying to shoot legs type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll still be dex and firearms.
How many dice do I get?
You get your combined total number of your dexterity and your firearms. So I
Cool. So
believe
5.
it's, yeah, 5. Substitute one of the dice for a hunger dice,
Oh.
just in case something bad happens.
Okay, here we go. That would be, yeah, that's nothing amazing or terrible happens.
Define
No
nothing
successes.
amazing. No successes.
No.
How does the hunger dice look? Is the hunger dice a 1?
I got a 2.
Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of you seem maybe a bit distracted by what they had just said, and you kind of fire wide when you shoot at their legs. Samson, what you up to?
So Samson, upon seeing the commotion and seeing the set of the scene, he's going to lunge out at the nearest person, actually preferably the individual with the lab coat. Are there any additional characteristics that you can see of these two characters? Obviously, one has a lab coat. Can he tell if they are kindred or mortal? Is there any additional information in the room?
Give me a wits and awareness.
All right. 2 and... Here it is. Oh, nice. 4. I have 1 critical failure and 1, 2, 3 successes, but one fail.
The fails don't count.
Okay.
So long as you get successes, it's all good.
Great. 3 successes.
3 successes. So you're reaching. How are you going to attack this particular person?
Completely engulf him. Does he have any weapons on him?
He doesn't seem to. He has a scalpel from the looks of it, but other than that, he doesn't have any weapons.
So I'm going to lunge forward with my appendages, wrap around each of his appendages, taking extra care of the scalpel in his hand. And I'll bind one of his hands. So I've this is a humanoid character, so he has 4 appendages. Wrap around, kind of lurch onto his body, wrap one of the appendages so it's close, so he can also then wrap around the character's neck, and then hold the scalpel away so it can't be used to cut.
Okay, yeah, that's easy enough to do because I rolled 5 dice and I got bupkis for actual successes. Therefore, you basically the octopus-like creature jumps out and holds his arm straight, wraps around the rest of his appendages, keeping them kind of still. Let's see, Margaret.
Yeah, seeing that Samson has gotten this guy pretty bound up well and everything like that, and considering she's at Hunger 5, I'm pretty sure if memory serves at Hunger 5, since the beast will be one of those things that you would not be able to activate at that point of hunger. Yeah. So seeing that Samson's got this guy just so grappled, she's just gonna she's the beast Hunger 5. She just kind of drops to the floor and not crackpaw, but sort of feline, but not necessarily feline. There's parts of her shoulders and her hips that move weird, that aren't supposed to move, how that does. It's just going right up, his legs. She rubs her head along the legs, and she just grabs where his rib is, and grabs the thigh right where the groin is, and just goes to bite right in the hip.
That'd be a Dex and Brawl.
Dex and Brawl?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's got to go up in the Margaret's greatest hits, I think.
Just so you know, this is 5 dice, even with Dex Rouse, and I am at 5 hunger.
Okay.
I kind of figured. So this is the one that Samson did not.
No, the one that he grappled, because he's
Okay.
grappled even like, weaker, like, like hunter sort of like thing. She's like, oh, my, comrade's already secured him. We need to fucking take care of him anyway. Let's do the feed. So that's 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
I will also do the taste of blood willpower roll. That is unspent willpower of 1/3 humanity rounded down, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that does not include hunger dice. Okay, so she 7 divided by a 7 humanity, that would be 2 or 3 dice.
7 humanity would be 4. It's rounded up.
Oh shit. Okay. I think difficulty for this is 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, despite that,
Yeah,
besides the dice pool, that's 2 successes.
You're eating. Yep.
Yeah.
It's eating time.
Going down to at least 1. And as she loses herself in this feed, she's been around since the mid-60s as a kindred. Does this taste like kind, or does this taste like...
This is very much not human. Kind of tastes like the old country, if I had to put any particular clan on it.
Flavor.
There's a certain earthy texture to it. If I had to,
A hint of cherry.
I was gonna say a hint of rosemary.
Oh, rosemary.
Rosemary, darling.
You know what?
That's saffron I taste here.
Okay.
This was definitely in an oak barrel.
Our fellow Coterie members have said they're attempting diablerie, correct?
Yeah.
No, we haven't quite said that.
We haven't said anything.
Just doing it.
It's more strongly implied.
Yeah.
Then let's do a third strongly applied. There is much power in number 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal
One
with
of
those
us.
rolls later.
One of us.
So Satine, so Amanda is kind of not happy that you didn't hit that first shot. So what are you gonna do from here?
What is the other person doing in the room?
The other person is scared out of their friggin' mind.
I
They
rush
just-
up towards them.
Yeah, they
Like,
just
what
saw,
are you doing right now? Tell me.
They just saw a darkened shroud come into the room and a octopus creature envelop their friend shooting out from it. They are petrified.
Then a massive bone creature crawled up.
Yeah, I rush up faster than my shroud can catch up. And
Okay.
I'm in their face right now. What are you doing to him?
We were told to do something, that we were somebody else did something. We were going to do kind of the same. It was kind of like a, pack him full of explosives and leave him at the Elysium type thing.
Oh no. Let's see. Am I fast enough to try to grab that curved hand dagger and slice his throat?
Oh yeah.
Attempt to? Cool.
He's going to try to dodge, but he's not expecting that. He's really not expecting that. Yeah, you won.
Cool. Awesome. Just a quick
he's-
across.
He's like, but he's kind of gurgling, and you can kind of tell that he's, even though you slashed across his neck and it should have damaged his vocal cords, he's still speaking. He's like, what did you do?
And then I'm gonna go for I'm going wild abandon just to maul him for attacking my
Dex and melee.
All right. Okay. All right. Using different dices.
And Jude and Abigail are just like watching this go down. Like we're just.
You can't see it go down because
I can't see any of it.
Yeah, it's
the
kind of like
shroud.
a sphere, a shroud that's
Oh,
at
it's
the end of the
all
hallway.
sphere. Okay, I forget
The
everyone's in it except for us. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
Can
the-
we hear
well,
through
it's-
that shroud though? Like, does sound penetrate the shroud?
Sound is muffled through the shroud. You hear
Yeah.
like a bunch of screaming and a gunshot. 3 successes.
That's right.
Yeah, you cut him once again, and he's like, "Ah," and he's like bleeding all across his chest, and he's like, "Ah." He's going to try to punch you, but I'm guessing you're going to try to stab him again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do the same roll.
Okay. Ooh. 2 successes, 1 failure.
That's okay, because this happened.
How many?
That's
Oh my goodness.
That's a 0 once again on 5 dice. I am rolling awesomely tonight. By awesomely, I mean not great at all. Yeah, so you basically you've seen and done this to many kindred in the past, and you kind of come down on his neck again, and he kind of slumps down, and you can tell that this is very much kindred torpor.
All right. I turn around to look at Michael and see, just kind of taking it in, inspecting the scene. So that's what I'll be doing for the next however long that takes.
He is basically just flat on the operating table. He's laying there. He seems like he's been positioned, because like once a stake is inserted in a kindred heart, that they kind of freeze up wherever they are. So they have definitely taken pains to like move his arms and his limbs into kind of the position where he would be laying flat on the operating table.
So remind me, storyteller, when a kindred is in torpor, if the stake is removed, they become incredibly ravenous. If is the character that Amanda just eviscerated, is that character dead now?
That character is in torpor, so it's
okay.
basically been battered to the point that they can no longer move.
But can we use that character's blood to satiate Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sweet.
Awesome.
Because that's kind of what happened to you when the Coterie rescued you in the last episode. You were basically at 5 hunger, and they slashed you out of your restraints, and you grabbed onto one of the doctors that was nearby that was operating on you, and you basically drained them dry.
Fantastic.
Can we hear the other our other peers that have just entered?
They haven't entered yet because they're
Okay.
blocked by the shroud.
Got it.
I'll take a turn if you'd like.
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, fantastic. I will, seeing that the current target that I'm entangled with is, I think, satiating my new companion. I'm going to release them, slither under the table to the other target. As I do, I'm going to pop up around, simultaneously remove the stake from Michael, which will, I assume, lurch him back into existence. While with my other appendages, grab the fallen, eviscerated kindred, hold him over Michael, and then using the appendages, kind of wring him out like a towel. I'm a massive creature.
Oh, perfect. At the same time, can I drop the shroud?
Yes.
Cool.
And so I'm then going to wring him out, because he has multiple laceration wounds, allowing his blood to seethe out through his body. I'm going to try and aim it on Michael's mouth and into his wound. So as he lurches forward, he has just kind of a cascade of blood gushing over him.
Yeah. So you
saw this in Flashdance.
There's like there's you kind of
What
go
you mean,
underneath
Carrie?
the table.
Jesus.
It's an overused trope, really. I mean, all the good movies.
You pull the stake out, and Michael kind of like, and then like as he leans forward, there's just bleh, like
I'll say,
massive amounts
feed,
of
brother, feed. Welcome back to us, feed.
Yeah, he's definitely eating. So let's hit a little bit of fast forward on that, as everybody is kind of, semi well fed now, and Michael is kind of leaning on Samson a little bit. I'm assuming Samson is propping him up.
Sure.
Now that
It's slimy, but it'll do.
Yeah. Now
Please
that
do
the red kind of mist in his eyes is kind of faded, and he's kind of feeling back the way he usually feels. Well, that was interesting.
What did they do to you? How are you okay? Do you have any other information for us?
Just that they brought me here. Everything was a haze. They had my face covered for the entire time. They kept mentioning the Elysium and explosives. I don't know what that means.
They said something about using you as, I think, a bomb to blow up the Elysium. How many people were in this building? We still haven't cleared the whole thing, potentially.
Just like 4, maybe 5, 6. I don't, not that many.
Well, I think that we should check the perimeter and make sure that we've cleared everyone. They will pay for what they've done to us.
Yes, we will make them pay.
And do Abigail and Jude hear this at this point? I'm assuming
you would hear this, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the moment that the octopus man was ringing the other person, I dropped the shroud.
Right.
So you could
yes.
definitely see it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So Abigail's going to say, "I presume you're Michael."
Yeah, I am Michael.
Are you okay?
Yes. What do you need from us?
I think I should be fine. Samson ensured that I was well fed in my awakening, I guess would be the best term to use for it.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say I have a snack, and she'll hold up the little hematite thing. Oh, and like you don't have to worry about like becoming attached to me. That it doesn't work. I can't do that.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, cool. And I'll put it back.
Do you know who it was that actually grabbed you? Was it the same people that are here, or was it someone else?
I don't know. We were hit so fast that I'm just glad that my sire and Samson were able to get away.
And so I'm gonna turn to Amanda and Samson. So you haven't informed anybody that you're here in the city, is what you said. Not the prince, not any of the Primogen, nothing like that, correct?
Storyteller?
You have not.
No.
I would say perhaps we should investigate this then, because if nobody was supposed to know that you're here, then there's some sort of an issue here. Somebody has been spying on you. Maybe the Nos, maybe somebody else. But we need to make sure that you're protected, because this cannot stand. Not in our city.
I will give you whatever resources you need.
I will keep in touch, but keep a low profile if you can.
She just laughs.
Well, I mean, I know that you are very stealthy and very skilled. But if you can, any electronic devices, Mr. Samson, that you might have, I would say crush them, burn them, throw them away. If you wish, you can provide me with an address where I can send some replacements to you that have been secured by common friends, shall we say, that will not be traceable.
So I'll say thank you again. His face is this hideous maw. So it comes out more of kind of like a gurgly slur, but you can still understand what he's saying. He says thank you. he will take his cell phone, and I believe that he had your guys' name. So his last text will be to text you the address, and then he'll crush the device, and then kind of leave it kind of stranded amiss upon the floor.
That's perfect. And
Jude's just gawking at this point, just like
I'm just imagining this
Samson.
octopus going more.
Samson, you just crushed the phone you were going to use to pay them.
let's
Tentacle shrug.
let's just say that can be dealt with in other ways.
You have our address now. We can
Exactly.
also pay them in kind with other additional weapons.
Okay.
But they can come and receive payment at our place of employment, at our armory.
Yes, you've sent me where we can reach you, so we'll come by with more information. One of us or two of us. We won't go in a whole pack because that would be too suspicious. But we will come. We will help you out with this.
It's an honor to have you as allies. But we must leave.
Yes.
We must get out of here.
And
Absolutely.
if you know of anyone who needs potentially overly audacious weaponry, please send them our way. And we would.
Ja just stares at Mordecai. I think he
man, I'm
might know
telling
some
everyone I
people.
know about this brand, okay? I'm telling everyone I know.
I'll have to move
Old
through my
Jack
notes.
is subtle.
The fellow that I told y'all to get you in touch with. He can be a little selective, but I will plant the seeds.
Thank you. And if you ever need our assistance, please let us know. We are indebted, and we also owe you now a boon for not rescuing just myself, but also Michael, our other fellow. So thank you.
I'll keep
Well-
it in mind.
Well,
Y'all are
thank you.
surprisingly capable.
Thank you for trusting us with helping you in this way. We appreciate that. It means a lot to have people have faith in you like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's not often that our kind can trust one another, so this is greatly appreciated. We're happy to return the favor.
Absolutely.
And at that point, with the parting of ways of the two coteries, it's a good time to call this particular session to a close. So, we're going to deal with a bunch of Diablerie rolls off screen later on.
What? I want the
A
last
bunch
one.
of feeding rolls.
Last one's all yours, Mordecai.
So yeah, thank you everybody for viewing our humble program. We will be back next week with another special guest, and we are going to be raiding into Vancouver adjacent by night in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to do a quick roundtable of everybody. Let's start with our special guests, Satine and Jameson. Let's start with Jameson this time.
Fantastic. Again, my name is Jameson Stone. You can find me on social media at Stone Jameson. Also at apotheosisstudios.com, where we have pretty awesome. Again, I'm a huge vampire fan, but we primarily make things for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, open OGL, so the open gaming license. So if you'd like to enjoy some of that, please come and take a look. We have an awesome Warlock book, which is very, very, very Theater of the Mind inspired. That's called The Red Opera. You can learn more about that at theredopera.com. It's actually launching officially, books in hand, hopefully in about a month and a half, with this crazy shipping kerfuffle with world pandemic has been quite the problem for everyone, but we're really excited to get this very dark and gloomy Warlock adventure to you guys, and we're really excited to do a awesome at sea adventure that my wonderful wife will tell you about right now.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm Satine Phoenix, his wife, and I'm a professional game master. You can find me everywhere at Satine Phoenix and satinephoenix.com. And literally, if there's anything to do with Dungeons and Dragons, I'm doing that. So, and also, of course, it was an honor and amazing to play with you guys. That was so much fun. I
So
got
much
an
fun.
armory. That was awesome.
You guys got some awesome weapons now, too.
I'm so
yeah.
psyched.
So my husband and I this year we did a Kickstarter for Sirens Battle of the Bards. It's you can get that at thebardbook.com. It's 5th edition D&D campaign and setting that's bard themed. And also we do couples D&D on Mondays. And also we have Satine's Quest. So it's a luxury travel gaming adventures. We have one May 29th to 2022. It's a 7-day New York to Bermuda cruise, and it's amazing. And go to satinesquest.com to read about it and join us. It's a very, very minimal, like very limited number of tickets, full, all inclusive, and total immersion, and a short excursion. So that's where you can find us.
And huge thank you to everybody here. It's been,
Yeah.
been
Oh,
really
thank
fun.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you guys are so fun.
You guys are
I
awesome to
Yeah,
play with.
for sure.
I have two things to say about that. And it's high praise to both Satine and Jameson because one, we've been exchanging like Facebook messages through the first part of it, and Jameson came up with the idea on the fly of the octopus monster
Yeah, that
thing
was.
that
I
he was
didn't
going
even
to be
know
turning
about
into.
that. That was super
So
hot.
rad.
And Satine came up with on the fly the armory because that was just amazing.
Oh damn!
This is
I
my
didn't have-
dream, is to have a jewelry line and a weapons line. I'm just saying.
That are one and the
So
same.
what you're
With
saying
weapons.
is Margaret has a new best friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because neither of those two things were planned when I came into this episode. It just came
Wow,
up with it
I
on
did
the
not
fly.
know.
Perfect.
That was
Perfect.
amazing.
Love it.
Yep.
And to our regular players, let's go in, I believe, reverse order. So let's start with Cliff.
Evening. Thanks for tuning in and watching this insane chaotic circus, which was just fantastic tonight. Lots of role playing and role playing. My name's Cliff. I played Duran Giovanni, the guy who got to shoot only a little this time because, well, it was dinner time and I had to sit down and eat. And it was just, again, a marvelous, marvelous evening as this coterie goes interesting places. You can find me all over the net under the Vintage Self on Instagram and YouTube and some other places. And coming up at the end of July, early August, I'll be tossing on a storyteller hat, which might even look like this one, and running a Changeling the Dreaming game here on Vancouver by Night called Toronto by Day Tales from the Rookery. And it's already promising to be kind of strange and twisted. And I have 6 incredible players who are vibrating in place and have challenged me to make them cry. And it's like, I can't intentionally make women cry. I'll beat myself up.
You say that now.
I say that now, but yeah, where the game's going to go, oh, I'm going to be crying. So yeah, tune in for that. That should be, I'm thinking, again, end of July, early August. And I'm done.
Next up is, I believe, Astrid.
Why not? Hi, I am Astrid, _Astrid on Twitter. Margaret, I made her how I did because I am, real life pagan Nordic witch. I've always been enraptured in crystals and candle magic and sacred geometry, things like that. So in tandem to that, especially for our guest stars, if you order anything from my Etsy that is physical, so fossil, crystal, mineral, I will, if you request in the checkout notes, I will write you a letter to your characters as Margaret Strickland. And for anyone watching this, if you role played with me on any Discord server, any of those characters there, I'll write to, characters, my PCs know there and stuff like that. If you are part of a stream and you want to maybe make some sort of AU, Margaret knows you somehow, send me a clip so Margaret can get to know them a little bit, and I'll include that in the package. Also, Cajun Nights, by the time this is finished, this is airing, we will be done with our entire week-long blackout. Everyone just kind of needed a bit more of a breather rather than our standard 1 day, 24 hours that we do. But yeah, if you want to see how I approach the Bahari and stuff like that, I'm that in New Orleans. So come on down. Discord Cajun Nights.
I'm gonna throw the link over there in the chat. I don't know, or down there. I don't know, depending on whether or not you're working on mobile. It's weird. Next up is Mordecai or Mike.
Am I muted? I'm muted.
Oh, you're good.
Mike, Mordecai, he, him for both of us. You can catch my pre and post COVID adventures and cosplay at Canadian Captain America or CDN Captain America on Twitter. On Tuesdays, I will be DMing, which will have happened. A D&D 5th edition live stream called Would Be Heroes, which now has or will have a special guest as a 6th player, friend of mine from a while back, and a world famous cosplayer, Bella Cher. I'm very excited. Yeah, but I guess at this point I will have been excited, and I'm excited no longer. Okay, we got this.
Timey-wimey bullshit, yeah.
I also will be playing in, assuming we can get our tech stuff all figured out, a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon 5th edition game, Fandelver by Night, in honor of this particular page. What else do we got?
That's pretty much
it for now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's me pretty busy. All right. Yeah, that's me.
And Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, aka Doubles and Dice around the interwebs. I'll be pretty busy because there's a lot of stuff coming up for me. So obviously Wednesday night, or not obviously, you might not have been here before, but you can catch me streaming on Twitch and my sister station, Rolling These 20s. Wednesday nights on Rolling These 20s, we do Cyberpunk Red. We are a trauma team, and I play a trauma team member who's a rocker boy who's not really much of a doctor, but he tries. And then on Saturday nights, generally after this, we are doing Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night. We will be returning on the 17th of this month with our 3rd season of Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night, where I am the storyteller over there. So I'm super excited to be coming back to that. And we will have one Lonzo Gonzo coming back to our crew as well.
Yes.
So he is coming back from family leave, and we'll have the full crew in hand, and it's going to be wild. And then you can catch me on Sundays doing D&D Acquisitions Inc. We're closing in on the wrap up of that, and then there'll be more D&D shenanigans coming after that. And lastly, Table Goth Hades High is coming soon. That's going to be Monster Hearts.
Yes.
During our session 0 next week. And then you should expect to see a sneak piece of our art, promotions, all that jazz. But yeah, Hades High. And yeah, I don't think I can announce the character yet because it's happening. Follow me on Twitter.
Twitter is over there or down there. Next up is Sara.
Hey, my name's Sara. You can find me at MC Diabetes on Twitter. I'm a creative partner at Martlet Games. I am the storyteller for a period Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called London's Bleeding. We finished up our 1st season. It was a great success. I want to thank the family at large for that. We're running our epilogues now, so you get a little personal insight into all of our player characters where they get a one-on-one with me to explore some different character themes. So you would have seen the first block on Wednesday, and then this upcoming Wednesday will be the last epilogue block. So you can find that on the Martlet Games Twitch channel at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. This week also, you would have seen the first part of our Sabat Vampire double header, Death Pack in the Queen City. So that's just a 2-parter game. So that'll be the first part. That's an absolutely wild cast with everyone you know and love. Zach Baudo, DJ Toreador, me, among others. So that's going to be a wild time. So check the VOD on that. As Mike mentioned, Fandolin by Night, the Sunday afternoon, evening D&D. We're hoping to get that started this Sunday. Don't miss my half-work look. I worked really hard on it.
Oh, it was good.
Thank you. So yeah, that's it for me, and all my projects are posted on Twitter, so just check it out. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least is Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Abigail this evening. You will find me on Twitter at HighRollGardener. You will generally find me here every Saturday. Sometimes you'll find me on an occasional one-shot, sometimes on Martlet, sometimes here. And please, if you can, if you would like to, check out our Patreon because we have some special stuff, some special stuff that doesn't happen in game. Some stuff like the conversation that Abigail needs to have with Harley from the adjacent crew.
All sorts of behind the scenes stuff that takes all of the story and adds more behind it to make you go, oh, so that's what's happening.
So you get all the connections, you get all the Giovanni lovely stuff, you get all
and for $1. $1.
Wow. But yeah, so, and we also have Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club t-shirts in our store. If you wish to, sport the t-shirt that you sport when you're not allowed to say Coterie because it's a Masquerade breach, that's the one you're going to sport. And that's it for me.
And I'm Storyteller Steve. I've got a couple things to go over just really super quick. One, go on a cruise with Satine and Jameson. Two, right now you're mid Saturday takeover, sort of. You're at the latter half of ours, heading into adjacent. We do it every Saturday. We try to take over the entire Saturday, raid into other family games, raid into rolling D20s, then raids into another family game, and then we take over all of Saturday. If we time it just right with the New Zealand games that read into each other, it goes until, like, I'm on PST and it goes till well past 2 a.m. for me. And we start at 11 a.m. for me. So it starts off on Martlet, goes to us, then adjacent on Level Up, and then to rolling D20s. And we just keep the raid train going. Eventually, I want to try to get it so that we can do the entire weekend and just have it be like Vampire the whole way through. But yeah, that's a future project. So come in for our D&D Tuesdays and Sundays and stay for the Vampire on Saturdays. So yeah, we will pitch it over to them. Thank you once again to Satine and Jameson. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
You both rock. And
thanks for having us.
We are going to head over to adjacent right now. So thank you again to my players, and we will see you next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.